So I'm a day late on this, but happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
It's not really, it hasn't been official yet because I didn't wish you a happy birthday on Facebook.
That's true. You didn't.
No,
I kind
of did. I didn't say it, but I posted that Easter bunny thing.
I knew you meant it.
And that's what I meant.
I knew that was your.
It was kind of a happy birthday, happy Easter.
Well, it's kind of a kick in the face because the whole day I struggled with Easter overshadowing.
Competing with it?
Not competing, just blowing me out of the water. Because
sure.
let's face it, more people were celebrating Easter than my birthday.
Yeah.
But
it's not as bad as sharing it with Christmas.
That's true.
I feel sorry for those people.
Oh. It was nice because I went to my parents' house, and I'm just seeing all these families. I actually started to pretend that they were all just celebrating my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of nice.
Yeah, everywhere.
I know it's a lie, but it helped me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't matter who wished me a happy birthday. Yours was always absent.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't care who else wished me a happy birthday. I was waiting.
I don't really participate in the Facebook celebration.
Okay.
As you know, years ago took my birthday off of Facebook so that I don't get all those messages.
But I still get you.
That I'm obligated to respond to. Yet you always ruin it by posting on my wall.
I ruin it, or do I make your day?
So it's still better where, as opposed to almost, instead of getting 100 people that feel obligated to, there may be, you'll post it and then 10 or 20 will pick up on that.
Yeah.
And therefore,
you're welcome.
But I just don't have to go through that whole thing of either liking all of those or commenting individually, or do the thing where at the end of the day you say thanks everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. Once I became an adult anyway, I stopped really celebrating my birthday.
But
to a degree, I'll still hang out with some friends and drink some beers, but I'm not looking for a party or presents or something.
But all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to chip away at the painted window that you've fashioned for yourself. Chip away at the paint and just let a little light in.
Yeah. I have plenty of light.
You don't have enough light.
I don't need artificial light from people.
You're on midnights, though. You have no light.
From people that I hardly know, or, just acquaintances that I have on Facebook that feel...
Come on, though. Tell the truth. Doesn't it feel good? It feels good, right?
What feels good?
Someone wishing you a happy birthday?
Sure. But it doesn't feel as good as not having to respond to it. Especially when it's just a bunch of random people that you don't really know.
What I used to do when that whole, the Facebook birthday wish was new, I would actually go to every single post and I would type something. Not the same thing.
Too, yeah.
It would all be creative, all be different. It would all have my little humor in there.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's just after year, I still go and I like everyone.
Right.
But then I just make my own kind of quirky
total post.
Yeah.
Summary.
Just taking care of all of it.
Right.
It's nice though.
Well,
it's nice.
It always seemed like a silly thing, other than you're older. But it's just I didn't do anything to accomplish this.
Sure you did.
I mean, if
you survived another year.
If you want to send presents and well wishes, send it to my mother. She did all the work.
Right. Or money. Just send money to you.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah. If each Facebook post was $1, I'd put that shit out there.
But it's just it's another year.
Yeah. Like I said, once you get to a certain age, once you're 18 or 21 or something, there's no benefit to getting older anymore.
Yeah.
There's no milestones or anything.
Yeah, and I think each year now, it'll just be waiting for the next milestone, which is the big 4-0.
Yeah.
But every year getting closer to that, every year getting closer to that, it's just going to be oh, how old are you? Ooh, I'm 36.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm 38. 39. And then finally it'll be, it'll be the big 4-0. How I feel about aging is just, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
We can't, as you said, you didn't do anything to, deserve well wishes for your birthday. And there's nothing we can do to stop the age.
Yeah.
We can fill the inside of our flesh with plastic to make ourselves look younger. Scarier, yes. Scarier is the better word for that. Yeah. We could do all kinds of things. We can lotion, make sure our skin. Look at this. See this skin?
Yeah.
See, this is lotion.
Is it? Yeah.
You think that's by accident?
This one's not.
No. This is all lotion.
Yeah.
This face. This is why I still get carded at the beer store.
Yeah, I do too.
Sometimes.
So yeah, that makes you feel young.
Oh, for sure.
I still get carded regularly, especially if I shave. I mean, if I got a good beard going, I usually don't. But
Well, I
usually do.
I get annoyed when like card me when I'm in the mood to be carded. You know, most times it's just I gotta go. Yes, I'm of age. Test me on.
I've been of age for more than I haven't.
Yes, I was.
For longer than I have.
I watched live on Much Music when Cobain was murdered.
Yeah.
So like that should give me.
I was almost of age when 9/11 happened.
Right. Well, we were, weren't we? We were
18.
18.
Yeah.
That's of age.
No. Well, I mean, it's an adult, but not of age.
It's
to
of
buy
age somewhere.
Alcohol or cigarettes.
We can vote,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Die for your country.
Yeah.
You can't drink alcohol.
Yeah. But you know what? As far as aging goes, I look back on how I was, like, even last year, or
Right.
like just you look to the past, and I don't think I would do anything to go back
No.
to that.
Yeah, there's parts of it that would be fun, but yeah, at the same time, you don't really. People always fantasize about being a kid and stuff. I'm sure it's kind of careless, or worryless, but.
I would never want to go back, especially like the teenage years, because teenagers are the worst.
Yeah.
They're the absolute goddamn worst.
There's definitely the worst versions of ourselves.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Shitty people.
Yeah, and I always say, I'm sure I've said it to you, that if I saw my teenage self walk down the street,
Yeah.
I'd probably just kick the shit out of
Yeah.
myself, just on principle
Yeah.
alone, and just to teach him a lesson.
Shit out of your snake eyes wearing jeans.
I think it's healthiest for the individual to embrace the coming years, because we're going forward, we're not going backwards.
Right.
And you'll live a lot happier of a life if you just embrace it. Like, don't be afraid of, like the next age. I know when I turned 30, I think we've mentioned this on the show, but like just like the weight that it carried, just saying that number, that word 30. Oh my God, I should be a lot further in life. And now when 40 comes, like it's going to be the same thing. I think it's like every 10 years I'm going to have a mini breakdown, and then as the years go on, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But I think as far like if I could go back in age, knowing what I know, if I didn't have to give back the knowledge and the experience, then I would consider it.
Yeah.
Or
maybe just for fun. Like I wouldn't want to go back to 15 or something and just start over from there. Maybe fun to go back for a day or something like that.
But
and
like,
then jump back, back forward.
Are you talking about like they would erase whoever they is? But everything, all your experiences, your memories that you've had from 15 on.
Not really. No, just all knowing, still all knowing. But like say, go back with your brain. Go back
the brain that you have now.
Go back to high school.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Just for a couple days, not like be permanently there.
Well,
go back and experience it, and then jump back to where you are now.
Okay, I would consider doing it.
Do that as a vacation or something.
I would consider doing it if we had the knowledge, the experience, and most importantly,
maybe you can change something, and then you come back to now, and you're better off, or something.
Well,
or worse, everybody who loves is dead now.
You have more confidence now.
Yeah.
Like like I was completely insecure.
Right.
Like in high school, and just almost afraid of my own 120-pound shadow.
Yeah.
Just afraid of everything, and just like not comfortable in my own skin. I mean, I'm not 100% there yet, but better.
Yeah.
It's better than it was.
Sure.
That's that's the main thing. I'm trying not to fear aging.
Yeah. Well, you get older too, and you realize that you're aging, and try to take better care, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Exercise, eating better.
Yeah.
As you know, it's been this coming November. It'll be 2 years since I've had fast food.
Oh, really?
Now,
it's been about a week for me. But much less than I used to.
Like, and when I tell people that, they look at me in awe. I'm like, now hold on, I'm not completely strict on my diet, because we do have a pizza here every week, and I still put questionable foods in my body, but I no longer get food handed through a window to my car window anymore. Like all those burger places. Yeah. Even Subway I've cut out of my life. So you're eating better, you're exercising. I bought a bike last year. You just make the necessary steps to, I don't know, live as long as you can. I guess. Because
to live comfortably while you are.
until you die.
That's my more fears. I'm not so much afraid of dying, but I don't want to live for 20 years in pain or something.
Right.
Uncomfortably.
Right. Well, because when they used to scare us with like if we drank a can of Coke or like they talked to us about cigarettes and like, oh, each can of Coke takes 5 minutes off your life, but like those are the bad years, right? It's not going to take out the chunks now and then like you're just going to skip ahead to old age and being in pain.
Right.
It's the bad years that they take away.
Yeah.
But I'm still.
It might make the last few years really bad.
Yeah.
That's what I'm more afraid of. I'd rather die of a heart attack at 50 than to live to be 100, but spend that last 20 years unable to do anything for myself.
Well, let's talk about that for a minute. How do you feel? I mean, we're talking about age and maturity, and eventually, we'll reach the end of our mortal coil. How do you feel about death? You said you don't fear death. I don't know how you can do that. There's absolutely no fear.
No, that there's no fear. It's just, like I said, the way I said it, it's not so much fearing death, but fearing the how.
Mm-hmm.
If I died in a plane crash or something like that, sure, it'd be kind of terrifying as it happens, but at least it's basically instant.
Yeah.
Once it does, like I'd rather die that way or get shot in the head or a car accident or something. I'd rather die that at a younger age than to live to be old, but spend the last 10, 20 years in pain and misery.
So you would choose getting shot in the head over dying of old age?
Well, not dying of old age, but dying of painful old age.
Okay, I got you.
I'd rather get shot in the head right now than to live.
We can set that up.
To live to be 70, but to live to be 70, but live the next 40 years in pain.
Is this a cry for help? Like, do you want a gun to the head? Because we
no.
could probably set that up.
No, we're in Canada. It's not that easy to find.
It's possible.
Yeah,
they're everywhere.
There's a lot in the city.
Yeah. I have an app on my phone called Gun Finder.
Yeah.
And it's just like you could go on it and it shows you like in bleeping lights
like
where all the guns are.
Sweet.
Just to know.
Like Tinder.
Yeah.
But for guns.
Yeah.
For shots in the head.
What do you think happens when we die?
I don't know.
You don't have theories?
I don't have theories. I don't really have any evidence or strong theories. I don't really. It's more of just possibilities, but no, I don't have anything that I would bet on.
What I hope, and I
think it's most likely that it's just lights out. And you don't know. It's kind of like that idea of, what do you remember from before you were born?
Okay, so you're talking about total darkness.
Pretty much.
This is what death is.
If I had to bet on it, yeah, that's probably.
So like,
I do believe that our
you close your eyes.
I do believe your energy goes somewhere else, where it goes into a tree or something, but you don't have any memory of that or feeling of it.
See, but to me, that's still something.
Yeah, but you're not conscious of it, right?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
To my knowledge, I've never died before. I was born in '83. We were born in '83. What the fuck were we doing all those years before 1983? There were many years before that year. What the hell? Where were we?
Yeah, I don't know.
This is why I believe in reincarnation.
Well, and there's so much energy in the universe, right? Maybe that energy goes to and comes from all that. Maybe you were part of a star before or something.
I'd like to.
I don't know. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's mind-boggling.
I mean, believe that you go to heaven and shit, but maybe.
So you don't believe in like a heaven or hell?
No.
Per se.
No. I don't live my life to be rewarded afterwards. I mean, I live to be a decent person.
Live into now, right?
Well, yeah.
Live into now.
But also being a decent person just because that's what makes me happy, right? I wouldn't be happy if I was a shitty person to everybody.
Well, you're talking about...
I don't think you need the promise of heaven to be a good person.
Yeah, but you're saying you're happy, but like a moment ago you're talking about how you'd rather get shot in the head than...
Yeah, because if I died painfully for 20 years, I wouldn't be happy.
Oh, you think it would take 20 years?
Some people do, yeah.
And then
some people live their whole lives in pain and agony.
True. Yeah. Whether it be physical pain or emotional pain, mental pain.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm relatively healthy. I mean, I have some aches and pains and stuff, but even like those days where you have like a bad, back sore or something like that, and you can't move around properly, and you just think of people that live for decades that way.
Yeah.
It'd be unbearable.
Yeah.
But like, and I've always had that fear too of like growing old and then just being, unable to take care of yourself. And I would hate that. Like I hate anybody having to do stuff for me.
Yeah. Oh, like change your diaper.
Yeah, exactly. Or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we? It feels like we're about to get into the topic of euthanasia. Is that
Sorry,
is that
that's
what
not-
I'm getting from
not
across
where
the
I
table?
was, not where I was going with that, but yeah. I don't.
Do we
think-
not-
I don't think that.
Do we not talk about euthanasia? Should we save it? We'll save euthanasia for like the 50th
when
episode.
When we have a
you know.
doctor on here.
Well, we'll save it for like the New Year's show.
Sure.
You know.
Save it for our last one.
Yeah. But I believe, I strongly believe, as outlandish and science fiction-y as it sounds, I believe in reincarnation because I just feel that, you know, there's got to be something after we die. And like you said, whether we turn into a fucking tree or
Yeah, well, the
something.
energy, I think it's been proven that the energy has to go somewhere.
Right.
Energy doesn't, you can't create energy, and you can't kill it either. It just transfers.
It's cyclical.
Right.
And you think of like, and that's what I've thought of.
Like if something's moving, in order to stop it, you have to put energy against it. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
I'm not a
I've thought
scientist.
about this before. How, you know, like a reincarnated life is much like rain, where it'll rain,
Yeah.
it's wet,
And
and then it evaporates back up in the sky, and like that's pretty much the same rain over and
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of things like that in life are cyclical, do recycle. And it's funny too because actually the episode of You Made It Weird that we were talking about today, the one
Yeah.
that I listened to
Yeah.
with John Mulaney,
Yeah.
they start talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing! I've never heard anyone else theorize this before.
Okay. I was gonna say, but they kind of touch that topic every episode, though, right?
Never like
Yeah.
that. I've never heard someone else
It's
equate
been a
life
while.
to.
It's been a while since I listened to that episode, but
Yeah. Something's got to
forgot what
happen,
it
though,
is.
man. If it's lights out and you still have some sort of consciousness, that's still something. Total darkness is still something.
well, it's not I didn't mean it as a lights out consciousness, just an unconscious lights out.
Right.
But yeah, I think reincarnation is definitely a possibility, but it might be a memoryless.
Mhm.
Like you might be reincarnated 1,000 times, but you don't really remember any of your past lives, right?
Yeah, and this is where this hatches a whole other discussion on like deja vu, and
Yeah.
like the theory behind deja vu. Like at least my own theory of deja vu is just that we've lived this life before, and sometimes it's just like it's almost like a flashback, or it's like overlapping, or we have blips of like, okay, I've done this before.
Yeah.
But the strangest part about deja vu is that I don't really have it anymore.
No.
So like
You
if
don't
it
get it, you don't get it anymore.
No, not really.
I do. I haven't had it in a while, but I've had a few in the last year that were really, really strong.
Yeah.
Where like the ones like not only do you feel like it's happening again, but you almost predict what's going to happen next.
Well, yeah,
Like,
'cause
okay,
you-
that
you
door's
can-
going to open now.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
does.
You can
Yeah,
look
yeah.
around and like, yeah, I looked. This is where my eyes went last time.
Yeah.
And then they went over here this time. Like, so how long do your bouts of deja vu last?
About a few seconds.
That yeah,
10
and it's
seconds maybe or
fleeting.
something?
Eh?
Yeah,
It just,
yeah.
it's not long, and
Yeah,
that's how
like
it was
I said, I've had
growing
a few
up.
though where I've like literally predicted what's going to happen next. Like I realize I'm having deja vu, and I remember this memory, and then like I said, I'll think of something like,
Yeah.
this kind of car goes by, or this door opens now, and I look and it does.
Yeah, and you still getting it.
Yeah, I haven't in a while. Like I can't recall a specific memory in the last 6 months or something. But
Yeah.
But yeah, I do have some pretty strong ones, but
That's
know what it
incredible.
is.
See, my theory is that if my theory is correct, that this is just we're living the same life over and over. My theory is that I don't know, maybe I might have died a lot sooner last time, and
Yeah.
that's why it's not.
maybe it's like a video game where you just die and then you get another life and start the level
Yeah.
over again.
Did you ever see that movie with Kevin Spacey, K-Pax?
No.
You ever hear of it?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I'd like to see that one.
Well,
I've
I
seen
think
or
it was Jeff Bridges that becomes Kevin Spacey's. I can't remember Kevin Spacey's name, and it's something alien-esque. But he seeks out a shrink, or he's appointed a shrink somehow. And Jeff Bridges is his shrink, and then just through sessions, he discovers, or Kevin Spacey claims, that he's an alien from a planet called K-Pax.
Yeah.
And one of the theories in that movie is that we do keep living the same life over and over until we get everything right.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the outcome of that was once we did get everything right, but that was pretty much the summary of that theory. And I can live with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I like my life
Oh, I've heard
enough
that
to
theory before. Yeah.
try this again.
Yeah.
And so, like, maybe you are born a little smarter, a little wiser next time. And that's why they say people...
Is that just for you, or is that everybody? Like,
Well, yeah, it would have to be everybody. It
'cause you
wouldn't
can't just
be...
but if everybody's living the same life over and over again, the world would never advance, right?
Is it?
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Is it?
It's a whole
is it,
mind fuck,
is it
right?
advancing?
Like, yeah. But yeah, that idea of like a Truman Show, almost like a science fiction Truman Show. Like maybe this is just all a simulation theory or something, and this is it's just you and it's you yourself in one video game, and everything else is made up. You know.
So like you're made up.
Yeah.
The guy
I
sitting in
might
the
be a
green room, he's made up.
I might be a computer.
The mannequin standing behind the guy sitting in the green room. Well, they are made up.
Oh yeah,
They're not real.
But everybody is those.
Everybody is fake.
Yeah.
So like to you,
Or like a
if you're real, if you yourself are real, you're looking at me now, and you're looking at the guy in the green room, and
Yeah.
we're both fake to you.
Yeah. You're just ones and zeros.
Well, sir, let me tell you, I am very much real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think so? But
Well, I picked my nose
But
hard
maybe-
enough the
maybe
other
you're
day
just-
that I started bleeding. So
maybe-
that's pretty damn real to me, all right?
maybe your artificial intelligence.
Maybe, and
is
I don't
just
know.
That advanced.
I don't know. And like there was in the Terminator
What is that?
Salvation. Have you ever seen? You probably
No.
haven't seen that.
What was
Terminator
that?
Salvation.
What's that one?
The Christian Bale
4?
was John Connor. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was 4.
I think I've
Right?
seen 4.
It
I've
was
seen
4?
some of.
Salvation was 4. You
I
can
saw
talk.
some
You
of
can
3.
talk.
I saw some of 3 or 4.
Oh, so you didn't even see 3? It's no, you're not missing much. But yeah, I think
the green
Salvation.
room.
Salvation is 4, and then
I think I saw some of
Genesis is
That
5.
one. I saw the
and-
one with the girl that was T1000 or whatever, that character.
Yeah,
What one
that
was
was
that?
3. Christina
3,
Loken.
okay, I've
yeah,
seen
that
some of
was
that
3,
one, yeah.
and that was.
I've actually, you know what? I've seen 2 probably like 40 times.
And
Never seen 1.
really,
Yeah, I've never seen Terminator 1.
I urge you to see
Right.
one because it's.
When my sister loved Edward Furlong as a teenager, so when I was a kid, I was exposed to 2 a lot.
well,
So
yeah,
I grew up watching that a lot because she had it or we had it. in
2
the
was
house or
my
something like that.
Bible.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
love.
2 is-
I
2 is
love
good.
2.
And I've never seen 1, so I kind of pieced it together what was going on, but I don't have
You
the
should
whole
see one.
backstory of 1.
You
No, I
should see one.
Definitely.
I know. It seems like it's a little slower because it was made in 1984. So like the technology's not all
Yeah.
there. It seems boring just because the camera
Yeah.
work is from the 80s and like the effects. But
Right.
you overlook all of that and the stories there. It sets everything up.
Yeah, yeah.
It took
Definitely,
me.
obviously, definitely, I should see it.
It was
I don't do
actually
so well,
it was actually Mr. Silva from Edmonton.
oh,
That
George from Edmonton?
Yeah, George from Edmonton.
Caller
He keeps
from
popping up on these shows. He was the one that urged me to like, okay, because I was saying like, nah, I don't really like the first one. It's kind of cheesy. He's like, no, watch it again.
right.
Pay attention to the story.
So I have a feeling next week we're gonna get a caller from Edmonton
We're-
asking if I've seen Terminator 1 yet.
Right. or maybe gotten into Deftones.
Yeah,
Hello, Basement Placers. You are listening to Basement Place Radio. My name is Steve, and the guy sitting across the table, his name is Kale. Kale, why don't you go ahead and do your thing?
What's that?
Okay.
Say hello.
You got beer here. There's a big old pile of Skittles that we will explain in a moment. So if you guys have any comments, questions, suggestions,
Nudes?
nudes that you are particularly proud of and you don't mind sharing with us, or you would like to be a guest on the show, or if you have no interest in being a guest on the show, you're a musician and you just want your music featured on the show, we will absolutely do that because this is what we do here at Basement Place Radio. To find us, we're on Facebook, facebook.com/
Basement Place Radio?
there you go. Or just go in your search engine
Right.
on Facebook and type in
Same thing?
what?
Basement
You type
Place
in same
Radio?
thing and you just get there?
Sure.
Okay.
Type in Steve LaFave and you'll get there.
Okay, type in my name, I guess.
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitter at...
Doesn't matter. We won't be there.
Have you been to our Twitter page
No.
yet? No, neither have I.
Basement Placer?
Basement Placer, for those of you on the Twit machine. You could visit our website at...
BasementPlaceRadio?
Dot-
com.
Thank you. Sorry, I spoke over you.
.com.
If you have Kale or myself on social media outlets such as the Facebook or the Instagram, reach out to us. We are on iTunes. We're on Google Play Music. We're on Stitcher. You
you can download it from the episodes from the website as well.
From the website. So you
Yep,
can leave
and
messages
YouTube.
on the website. You can download for free
Yep.
our episodes
Yeah,
on the website.
100% free.
Yeah. We're on
You can email.
YouTube.
Yeah,
We almost forgot about YouTube. YouTube.com/.
I'm not sure. Basement Place Radio, I think.
Oh, you are so good at this. You know exactly what it is. You're
Yeah.
trying to play coy. We're not on Oh, we did. We finally checked.
Yeah.
Kale finally checked.
I don't think we are. It's all in Hebrew, so I didn't see anything.
You don't
that-
know if you're actually
I
typing
didn't
the
see
right
that
thing.
anything that resembled that.
Did we take care of all the business?
I think so. I don't think we said the email, which is
info@basementplaceradio.com is our email address. So if you have songs that you want played, send them there. Or if you have me, I can set you up with a Dropbox. Okay, so we got everything out of the way?
Yep. Want to start the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's start the show. Our guest tonight, he's a longtime friend. It's been a while since I've seen this friend. He's one of those friends you continue to make plans with, but something always comes up, or he decides not to text you back, Brian. We now sit down with Brian Vance to pick his brain about as much as we can fit into a show, and to see how his father's refrigeration business is doing. I got something for you.
What do you got?
I got something for you. Because we've been talking about getting together for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yes.
Shit always falls through.
Yep.
And I'm going to blame you for this one.
Okay.
It's probably mostly my fault, but...
It's probably me too.
Well, it's my house, so
I-
I'm going to blame you.
I think we have the same personality, so
Maybe.
yeah,
We're just scared of the outside?
yeah, introverted, right?
Yeah.
We're just like, yeah, fuck that.
Maybe. But you're here.
Yeah, I'm here.
You're here. And before I introduce you, it's nice to see you.
It's nice to see you.
I really feel you're just mirroring what I say. You don't actually mean any of this.
Yeah, that could be true.
We'll power through this. But anyway, so I don't know how long this has been in the making. That a meeting has been in the making, but it started out with you and I making plans to go get beers,
Yeah.
and then over time, we started joking about how the beers must be warm.
They must be warm, yeah.
So what I have for you
It's a warm beer.
is a warm beer.
I ain't fucking drinking it. You left this one out?
Out overnight.
Oh, Jesus.
No, but look it. Feel mine. Mine is
Yours
also
is warm, too?
Yeah. Kale
Mine is ice cold.
Kale had nothing to do with these plans, so his is cold.
I guess this serves us right.
Right.
So we have to drink it so it doesn't happen again.
It's a warm beer.
Yes.
So
Cheers.
cheers. And Kale, cheers. 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 So we are sitting here with Brian Vance.
Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
welcome to Basement Place.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well.
Well, how's Kale?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Good. He's good too.
He's good.
It's intimate down here.
It is.
I like-
Colorful?
I like it.
A lot of lights.
Yeah.
A lot of lights.
This is like a third date, hey?
Why? What do you
Maybe.
expect to happen?
And I'm just saying, I skipped the first two. I mean, when does a girl get to come and see this?
No girls have ever seen this.
This is perfect.
This is.
I'm glad I wore my jeans with the
lot.
broken fly.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
It's been
It
a long time.
a few minutes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been a long time.
Yeah.
In fact, I think the last time that I saw you, we were on my back porch at my parents' house. So I was still living with my parents.
Okay.
And you were telling me about this new invention coming out
Yes.
called the Blu-ray player.
Probably.
Or what was it? What was it? It was between Blu-ray and something else.
Oh, I don't know.
What was the other one?
Your memory's better than mine.
No, your memory's way better than mine.
I have selective memory though.
Okay, well select this one to remember.
I don't know.
It was up for grabs because you were telling me that like the technology world, they were still on the fence about what they were going to go forward with. Blu-ray was one of them. Obviously, that won out
Because it was supported by the porn industry.
Oh,
This is true.
let's talk about that.
That's why VHS beat whatever the hell it was competing.
Betamax.
Yeah, whatever the porn industry decides to go with usually wins the race.
You're kidding me.
I am not kidding you.
Is that why the internet's so huge now?
It's got to be.
Probably
It's
a good
gotta-
part of it, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, the porn industry says we like the Blu-ray because of all the extended options, and HD disc just gets shit on.
Oh, God, this is so warm.
It is very warm. It is very warm.
I feel like you're in England.
Oh, that's
Do they actually drink beer like this?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
Warm
Guinness. Isn't Guinness
yeah.
room temperature over
Yeah, it's
there?
supposed to be.
really?
Like, yeah, for the most part, they drink
I don't know. I've
warm
never
beer
been, but
over
I've
there.
heard that.
I haven't either, but
Do they not have ice?
I don't know. Maybe it comes from the days before refrigeration.
No, it's like A&W.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
don't have
they
ice
don't.
either.
It has, but at least it's cold. They
Yeah,
do
but
that-
for how long?
they want it to serve it to you at a specific temperature.
And they don't want
Because
they don't want the ice to
You're talking about the
dilute.
beer?
They
and-
don't. No,
and
A&W. A&W. They don't want to
want that.
dilute.
Hold on,
their
hold on.
root beer.
Are you defending A&W?
No, I'm not defending it. I'm just saying this is their logistics of their.
I know the
their
explanations
motto.
on the side of the
This
cup.
is their
isn't it?
motto.
Yeah,
Seri-
yeah.
Yes.
They're serious about the root
We
beer.
don't want to dilute the taste of our root. No, bullshit. You're
you-
too fucking cheap to have ice.
They just want you to have a legitimate experience of the A&W root beer.
I ain't buying it. I mean,
Right.
they give you a frosty mug when you're in there.
Maybe they're English.
That's cold as fuck.
Yeah.
You can barely hold it.
Do you take that with you?
I don't think so. You can only have that in the store.
But what if you pocket it? There's got to be.
You ever had the when you get the fries there too? They serve in that little
Do
fry bucket or basket.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the fries have ice on them.
No, it's like when you deep frying fries in a deep fryer.
No,
basket.
I've never
That's
done
what
that.
yeah, I had it one time.
No, wait, yeah,
a couple
I have.
years ago.
I
If
have.
you eat in A&W, they
Yeah.
serve the fries in like a little
Like a deep fried
yeah,
basket?
Yeah, it looks like a deep fryer basket.
Oh, that's
Huh.
neat.
I've never had it.
like a tiny one, like like a table size.
Huh. It's
Yeah.
too bad A&W sucks.
I like it.
I wasn't asking.
They
your
were
opinion.
they were one of the highest
You haven't had
rated.
fast food in 2 years. How would you know?
I'm out the game.
Maybe they've
Did-
changed.
I'm out the game. Oh, oh, you've.
I just read something about Subway being pretty vegan safe on the chicken subs there. It's,
And mostly it's not even chicken.
it's like
It's just
40% chicken and 60% tofu or something.
Yeah, or a newspaper.
Yeah. Was it tofu or was
I
it
don't know.
soy or
don't know. I
I'm not
didn't-
sure. I'm not
Well,
a vegan.
I heard like the bread. There's like what the yoga mats are made out of.
Yes.
There's like elements of yoga mats in the bread.
Oh yeah.
Who thinks of putting yoga mats in the? You know
That
what?
seems
You
like
know
it'd
what
be
this
more-
bread needs?
Wouldn't that be more expensive than wheat?
I would. I don't know. Who-
It might be cheaper to go buy that instead of yoga mats.
Yeah,
though,
that's what I mean.
Because of the craze.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're just gonna go buy a bunch of Subway sandwiches and do some yoga on it.
Yeah.
But-
yeah, just flatten, just press the bread down.
Yeah.
Who
You make
thinks
a
of
mat
that?
out of it?
And like the underarm stuff, like putting aluminum in it, like
Yeah, to block your pores so you don't sweat. Antiperspirant.
that's terrible.
It is terrible.
Is it like all? Is it?
To
Is
get
all
you-
of it like that, or is it
Yes,
just the gel stuff?
Antiperspirant.
Okay.
You want deodorant.
Yeah,
I got the
so I've
roll-on.
I've never used antiperspirant.
If
I've
you
always
use
just used deodorant.
antiperspirant,
I used it back in the day.
it plugs your shit up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this is true.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's by definition, right? It
This is-
stops you from perspiring.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. And it puts aluminum in your shit. So
Yeah.
that, yeah. It's kind of fucked.
Is that why my shit's so beautiful?
Maybe, but you get like those underarm like ingrown hair pimple things if you use antiperspirant,
Okay.
and it's not good. They hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pimples?
Well, the ones in your armpit do, because they irritate all fucking day. You're moving your arms around.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. Because I don't know. So you feel like you're 18 again. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I had a pimple in my armpit.
Well, did you ever have like the spray on stuff?
I've tried it.
Yeah. I
That
never
shit
used
burns.
Never used the spray.
I had
It
it
was
in
just a-
high school.
I think
Stick. Always just a stick.
I don't think I knew
You're
how to use
you're
it
a stick
though.
man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like put it out on the outside of my shirt. Be like, Psh, this is right?
Well, I've got Axe upstairs just in case I run out, just like
Yeah.
for the emergency. I never use it though. I don't
No.
want to smell like Axe anyway.
No, it's kind of gross.
Yeah.
And I don't think girls like it.
Well, I feel like I smell like a
Not
douchebag.
according to the commercials.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
You seem to really like it.
They
according
flock
the
to
commercials,
mannequins,
yeah.
so if you spray Axe on these mannequins right here, like
Yeah.
that, we'll get the women down
yeah,
here.
they'll just be
lickety
women
split.
breaking in.
Yeah,
yeah. See, I'm more a fan of Terry Crews, so I go with the Old Spice.
I'm an Old Spice man
I
myself.
like the Old Spice.
Fiji.
Yeah. I don't know what I use. Whatever they have,
Yeah.
I guess. The blue.
They have too many options.
They do have a lot of options.
Because I'm sitting there in the grocery store in that aisle and just like
Yeah.
smelling each one, and it looked like a crazy person.
Yeah, you kind of do look like a crazy person.
Yeah.
Pretty much can't go wrong. Like I mean,
You're like sniffing
they're not gonna
deodorant.
want-
It's
they're not-
almost
they're
it's
gonna
almost
make
like
one
doing a
that smells
finger check,
bad.
right?
Yeah.
That's kind of creepy too. If you do a finger check.
What's a finger check?
Well,
Is
you
that
stick-
exactly what it's?
You stick your fingers
oh, like
under
the
your
superstar,
armpits.
the Molly Shannon.
Yeah, yeah.
It was-
Everybody does it.
Yeah, I
Everybody-
don't. I don't.
Bullshit.
No, because I just always smell great.
You've never done a finger check.
No, because I've just always smelled good.
I think he's lying.
What do you mean for?
He's never
How
done a
you
finger
smell?
check.
I've never.
done just the in the collar.
You've
Like,
done
do-
the
do I
shirt
smell
check.
bad? Yeah,
You've
just-
done the collar
yeah,
check.
inside
well, I
the
do the
collar.
nose and the armpit, like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But I usually
I always
smell
have
pretty
that.
delicious.
I always have
Me
the thing
too,
where I
me
leave the
too.
house.
Yeah.
I have a deodorant in my car, one at home and one at work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm pretty covered.
I do that
Yeah.
a lot too, where I leave
Literally.
home and I go
Yes.
somewhere. I'm like, did I put on deodorant today? And I'm
and then you're
sure.
like, fuck
Yeah,
it, and put
yeah.
it on some more anyway.
Yeah, well, I do that a lot too. Like if I'm,
And then
if
I
I'm
think-
still at home, like I'll put on deodorant 3 times before
You
I
have
leave
to.
because not 100% sure if I did. Yeah.
the reapplication sometimes can be irritating too, though.
You know what
Yeah.
that is, though, Kale? That's the aluminum in your stuff
Antiperspirant.
giving
I don't
you
have
Alzheimer's.
I don't have aluminum.
So that's why you keep forgetting about it. See, it's the.
No, I don't use antiperspirant.
So you forget about putting it on.
No, that's my short-term memory.
Well, I'm not even
thing.
talking about you
And
anymore. I'm
OCD.
talking about the people with Alzheimer's
yeah,
who
it's a
that
combination.
use the antiperspirant. That like they keep using it because they forget if they've done it or not, and then they buy more.
Right.
That's why there's aluminum in there. It's not to block your pores.
You should send that to Alex Jones.
I think so.
He'd run away with it.
I've got his number.
You got bigger problems right now.
Yes, he does.
So speaking of underarm, what do you think happens when we die?
What the fuck does that have to do with your underarm?
Can you just go with it, okay?
All right.
Is this your show?
Okay.
Is it your show? Hold on, answer that question first. Is this your show?
It will be today.
This feels like Fox now.
Thanks, Bill.
when
you're-
you die, eh?
Oh, first of all, let's backtrack a little bit. Happy birthday, Brian,
Thank you.
because it was your birthday on Tuesday.
Yeah, I was like almost a week your elder. And then you were 1 year older than me.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird how that works.
What? That I'm 1 year older than you?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Why is that weird?
Because I always thought we were the same age because our brothers were the same age.
I could see that, and we played baseball together.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
You
So it was
played
your
baseball
birthday
with
on.
everybody.
It was your birthday. What?
You played baseball with everybody.
And we'll get
Except
to that.
for me.
We'll,
No,
yeah. No, I played
yeah,
baseball.
as I
with
say,
you.
yeah, the 1 year.
Yeah.
The 1 year you did. The 1 year I played
So it was your
baseball.
birthday
Yep.
on Tuesday,
Yep.
the 11th.
Yes.
You turned the big 3-3, the age of the Lord.
Sure.
Go with it.
BC, AC.
Go with it.
What are we
The
talking?
age
here?
of Jesus. No, that's the age he was when he died, right?
So yeah, but see, here's my other thing. If there was a BC before,
seeing as it's Easter, we should talk about Jesus.
Oh,
Sure.
let's talk about Jesus. Jesus action figure to Kale's right.
oh god,
That should have been the
That
thing
thing's
for-
gonna
that
light
should
on.
have been the thing in the tiles too.
Ah, shit.
my goal is
Easter.
We can't go back on this.
No.
People have already liked this.
Yeah.
my goal is to have that thing light on fire by the end of this show.
God damn it. We should have had
Next
the
year.
Jesus action for fuck. No, that'll be our Christmas one.
Okay.
But no, for real. That
Yeah.
What?
I was looking at it too. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
I was about to say, should we have the Jesus action figure be it?
Yeah. Oh well.
What's
Too
the
late.
deal with BC and AC?
That you mean AD?
AD after death, right?
No, that's not what it stands for.
What's it stand for?
I don't know what it stands
Yeah,
I
for.
thought it was after death.
Well, I
Yeah,
thought
I
I
always
thought
thought that
BC
too.
was before Christ.
Yes, that's
but
what-
no, it actually stands for legit shit. Kale,
Hold on.
get on
Yeah.
this.
All right. Continue.
So
If you have be before Christ and after death or whatever it is,
yeah,
so what was the 33 years that he was alive?
I don't know. We didn't hear from most of those years. He was like a child, and all of a sudden he was. I don't know. I've never read
Yeah.
the Bible.
I
There's not much
I,
talk about
I s-
teenager Jesus.
I studied the
No,
Bible.
Probably
there's-
because that's the worst version of any.
Right. So they wanted to
Yeah,
omit that
he was
part
doing
of the book.
graffiti
Like
and
this,
smoking
yeah.
drugs back then.
He's just carving crosses into his school desk.
He's telling people his mom's a virgin, and they're like, "Yeah, whatever."
Yeah.
bud."
Okay. So
Oh, it is before Christ, but
Yeah.
AD stands for Anno Domini.
okay. So what does the BC actually stand for?
It says before Christ.
Okay, but what does it actually stand for?
So that's what it says. I used to label the years in the Julian and Gregorian calendars.
Right.
The term Anno Domini is medieval Latin that means in the year of the Lord. But is often translated as in
Okay,
the
so
year of our Lord.
so the day he was born, we immediately started AD. Is that what that means? Because you're in
Apparently,
the
yeah.
year of the Lord once he's born.
Yeah.
Okay, so we didn't
Yes,
lose
that's
33 years.
according to Wikipedia. Right. But BC does still stand for before Christ.
Huh.
apparently.
I thought they
That's-
both
yeah.
had actual
Yeah, yeah.
meanings. Well, I guess that is the actual meaning. So
How far back does BC
So I guess
go?
AD doesn't stand for after death. It stands for after he was born. So it should be AB.
I would think it would
After
go
birth.
to like at least the year 5000 when the Earth was created.
Yes.
5,000 years ago. Can we all agree at this table that the Earth is 5,000 years old?
I thought it
Apparently.
was 6,000.
Sure.
Okay, it's 6,000. Sorry.
And the dinosaurs are only
I'll buy
6,000
it.
years old.
Well, the dinosaurs walked with man,
Right.
as that museum somewhere in the States.
No, those were tests for your fate, I thought.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
were
the,
tests?
yeah, the dinosaurs.
dinosaur bones.
Right.
Yeah, but then who was riding the T-Rexes on saddles
Nobody.
with lasers attached to their heads?
So that
Am I
they-
making all this
so,
up?
so that they can have a warm meal too?
So, what are your thoughts on aging? How do you feel as a 33-year-old man?
I don't. I invested in it a lot when I turned 30, I guess.
It's huge, right?
Yeah,
Just saying it.
when I was a kid and playing like travel sports and there'd be like team parties. I always go back to this for some reason. I just remember going to like, oh, the coach is having a party. And we go back to the coach's house, and I was like, oh, this fucking house is done. It's all done up. It's got a pool. He's got his wife. He's got his 2 or 3 kids, and everything's
He's
all
a-
done. And
He's an adult.
he's an adult, yeah. And he's like,
He's got opinions.
yeah, and
Yeah.
he's probably in his
It's figured
like,
out.
at the
You
age
know.
I was, people, at 33, that's probably about where my coach was at that
Yeah.
time. And then I go and I look at my house and I look at what I have, and all 3 of us are single, so we can relate.
So, are you measuring
I'm making a measuring stick based upon
by
like,
stuff? Possessions?
no,
That's not like you.
no.
Well, it's always the mistake you make too. Is
But
when you're
it-
younger and you look at adults and you just figure like once you get to that age, you'll have it all figured out.
Yeah,
But
Right.
You
No,
never
but-
do.
And then you realize,
And you
that
realize at this
everybody's
age,
fucking
yeah,
winging it.
Even as your parents, as,
That-
as a kid looking at your parents, that they're just superheroes and have it
Yeah,
all figured out. But
yeah,
then you get to that
yeah.
age and realize they didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
No,
either.
not at all. And then
Yeah.
there's a certain point in your life where you've learned that your parents are not superheroes.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they were just fucking winging it too.
Yeah.
And it's like fake it till you make it kind of.
Yeah.
And I think that's when you truly lose your innocence, or
Yeah.
you realize that you're going to die.
Yeah. Yeah, and if your sense of self is dependent upon where you are in life, then I think you're pretty lost.
All right.
Right.
So how do you feel about dying?
I feel fine about dying.
Yeah? Like
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah, if it happened, it happened.
Well,
I
do
I
you
wouldn't-
want to die right now? Like
No,
a
no,
pact.
no.
We'll all die together right
okay,
now.
yeah, get the gun. Get the gun.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
Did
just-
did
we'll
you
get a-
find one on your app?
No, look out on Jugal.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll get
We
we'll
should-
get one of those fucking curving bullets that can hit all 3 of us. For
Yeah,
those
yeah.
One
movies.
bullet?
The
Yeah.
we'll
Is
get-
that the
we'll
JFK
get- we'll get
magic
Oz-
bullet?
No, that movie with Angelina Jolie. You know,
Oh, this one.
where they
Yeah,
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 where they
curve
swing the
bullet, yeah.
gun. and
No one can see my hand do this,
That's
but you
right.
guys can.
Yeah.
Yeah, they curve bullets
If you
because
go-
that's possible.
What was that
Right,
called?
yeah.
Wanted?
Yes.
So if anyone's out there seen Wanted, you know what.
Yeah.
What
Action I'm
motion
doing.
you're doing with your left hand? right
Yeah,
there?
yeah,
the
yeah,
wrist twist.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get all 3 of us with
But
one
yeah,
shot.
or we can just get Oswald to kill us with one shot
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ooh.
and somehow get 6 shots off and reload each.
God, I
one.
so badly
6
want to go down
seconds.
this avenue right now, but let's.
I was just watching the Kennedys miniseries thing there yesterday. It was on Bravo. I was only kind of half watched half of it, but didn't really touch on that. But I was interested to see if they tried to illustrate how Oswald got 6 shots off in 6 seconds with that gun where you shoot and then
You gotta cock
do
it,
the
yeah.
bolt,
Yeah,
do the
yeah.
bolt action each time.
I play Call of Duty, so I know all about it.
Yeah.
If he had Sleight of Hand Pro, it's possible.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
and the bullet time where it slows down. It
Yeah,
slows down
yeah,
the breathing
yeah.
and you can aim. And then,
you push down R3 and it slows it all
right,
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think happens when we die?
I don't. That's an interesting question. I mean, what's dying though? I mean, what do you consider dead? Because even after your consciousness has left you, your body's still alive. It's still disintegrating and decomposing. So your body and the molecules in your body are still actually doing things forever.
Yeah.
So I mean, your body's still alive technically.
I wasn't.
Even
I
in
wasn't
death.
prepared for this answer.
Even in death, your body's still alive.
Yeah, but I guess I mean your consciousness then
Okay, so where does your consciousness go? Fuck, I don't know.
to another body.
Possibly.
Like you die, and like the light that everyone talks about going towards. Maybe
Yeah, no, I
that's
don't
the
buy
opening
that.
of the vagina,
Yeah.
and then you're walking through that
and
portal.
then you jump into a sperm and you join the race. Maybe
Ooh.
join the race to the uterus.
Well, I was gonna say that you are already a fully
Functioning human.
formed baby
In
in
the
the
uterus?
womb.
What
Yeah.
point? At what
Yeah.
point in the 9 months do you think that the soul jumps in the baby?
Once you die.
No, but like, no, I'm saying like, how developed does the baby have to be before it gets a soul?
Fully. Like right.
Right as
You know when
right
it's when the
when it-
baby
when it
decides it's time to
when
leave.
it protrudes out of the vagina,
That's
then
that's
when the
when-
soul enters the baby.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and that's the light that we're walking towards. Is
So who's kicking? Who's kicking mama in the stomach?
well, those are like nerves.
That's
Like
just-
when you cut an ant in half or you step on a centipede.
yeah.
Because they have no fucking business being in your house.
Yeah,
And like
because they have way too many fucking legs.
right,
Yeah.
you step on
Creepy
them,
as
and
shit.
most of them are still like.
Yeah,
I know
moving.
people can't see what my arms are doing now.
Yeah, yeah.
But if anyone's ever killed a centipede,
just
then
shoulder flares?
yeah, you know exactly what.
It's one of
my-
the only bugs that gives me the heebies.
Right?
me too.
I got tons of spiders all over my
Yeah,
house
I
throughout the
don't-
summer.
yeah,
I don't
spiders
care.
bother me. Yeah.
I don't care.
No, yeah.
Just don't be in my kitchen.
Just
don't
don't-
be around my food.
Right,
Yeah.
and don't be a centipede.
And don't crawl my fucking ear when I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
But centipedes,
Or mouth.
it's like this knee jerk reaction, and I say nope every time.
Yeah.
It's like nope,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then like
Oh fuck no.
socks, bare feet, shoes. I don't
Yeah.
care. I'll fucking step on them.
And you can feel them no matter what you kill them with. They're just not right.
Yeah.
There's something not right about them.
But still, and then it's the legs.
Yeah.
It's the legs.
Okay, so you think the soul kind of just right in the baby as it's coming out?
I don't know. I'd like to think that the guiding light that you're walking towards is the opening of the vagina.
That's interesting.
Hmm.
I believe in old souls, new souls.
So do I.
Uh,
I think we were just talking about that. Like
you talk to some people and it's just like they seem very wise and they have like a perspective that you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then you talk to a complete fucking idiot and you're like,
who's older than you?
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, you're a fucking new guy.
Like
And it's like you have no clue.
yeah.
They're just oblivious,
Yeah.
right? There's so much oblivious.
And then there's people that are younger than you. Just like Jesus, how
How
much
many-
older
but-
are
yeah.
you than me?
How many original souls do you propose there was, though? I mean,
I don't know because our population is growing, but
Right.
it's possible that not everyone's born with a soul, as we're seeing in politics.
true.
You know?
And celebrities.
Yeah.
I mean, do you buy that whole conspiracy that the big time musicians are part of the elite?
I come and go.
I, see, personally,
Wouldn't be surprised.
Are we talking about the big eye?
yeah.
Okay.
I-
Okay.
All the triangles.
There's one about Joe Rogan now, a video out about it.
Okay.
But anyway,
Okay.
I tend to believe that they make famous who they want famous
I think so.
because they know who they can control and bend. Because of all the underground music I've been around and all the talent I've seen, it's like a fucking shame when people don't make it as big as some
Yeah.
of these.
Some people don't want to either, though.
Right, but
Even the non-sinister aspects of it, some people don't want to be legitimately don't want to be famous.
yeah, I could see that. But like one band that I've always thought was amazingly talented that did make it, but not make it was Ashes of Soma.
Yeah.
I always was way into their stuff, and I thought that once they started getting the radio play, that they would become
Yeah, I did too.
like a Metallica type sales.
But the
and,
big eye didn't want them.
right? But why? And were they not mind controllable, or were they not like I don't know what's the fucking standard here?
Well, I think we're talking more locally where resources for an area like Windsor are limited.
Yeah, but how does a band like Billy Talent, Rage Against the Machine, and like Green Day slip under the radar that are singing like against establishment? How do they? Do they want like only a certain amount of those bands in it so that it doesn't
reduce suspicion.
Yeah, like best way to hide the truth is out in the open, right?
Yeah, but I truly believe. Well, I don't want to say truly believe, but like, I've always had the suspicion ever since they broke up that Rage Against the Machine was silenced
Yeah.
because they broke up right before the Bush administration.
Yeah.
Once he was on his way out and Obama was coming in, that's when they kind of
Faded, yeah.
reformed.
And then yeah.
And then now it's just like
Right. And even their music videos with like the excerpts they play of like the wars and the presidents talking, and then they'll like cut their song and go to like, like a certain part of a speech, and then
Yeah.
like even like I was one of those kids when I was listening to Rage when I was younger, where I just would be like, "Fuck yeah, it's Rage," and just jam it out,
Not really paying attention
not
to
even
the
paying
message.
attention to the lyrics.
Yeah,
and
I
the
was the
message.
same way. I was too young to really.
Yeah, and that's what I think one of the biggest problems in life is like a lot of the time youth pushes what is in nowadays.
Yeah.
So if they create the whatever is in, and then they're just like, yeah, these are awesome, these guys are awesome, and then it's like they don't even know what they're following.
But have you seen what's in these days?
Yeah, it's garbage.
The youth are fucking.
Garbage.
That's-
Is it what's
that's
force
natural.
fed? Are they able to control what is mainstream now?
They?
Yeah, as
Yeah.
in the higher.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. It's so easy to create a sensation because I mean I think we were talking about this fucking ridiculous group that was just on SNL not too long ago, the fucking Chainsmokers.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I hate
And like
Remember
never
that, I don't know.
never heard of these guys before. All of
Yeah.
a sudden they're on SNL. So just out of curiosity, I go to their Instagram page and they're over 1 million followers.
Yeah,
Who the fuck are these clowns?
I know.
And like you're hearing left and right like their debut album's coming out, but it's like all
Yeah.
these critics are saying how fucking mediocre it is.
Yeah. Oh, I dare you to tell me what's different about each song, besides like maybe a few chords or something.
I could not follow through with it.
I mean, it's sick because it reminds me a lot of a Nickelback type.
Sure.
Where every song's radio friendly but sounds the same. And it's,
I've said this about Nickelback and like bands like Nickelback, Linkin Park, where like every single song that comes out is a smash hit. Like that's so boring.
it is very boring.
That's so boring. It's like that Futurama episode where the guy doesn't realize that he's dead. I think he's in Vegas.
Yeah.
And then he wins one. He's like, oh my God, I won. I never win. And then like,
Yeah.
he wins another one. He's like, oh my God, a world where you're always winning? That's boring.
Yes.
Like, fail.
Yeah.
Fail once. You know?
Well, what's the movie with Jim Carrey when he becomes God and he grants everybody
Oh,
that-
Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty.
Yeah.
And he just select all yes to everybody's.
everybody wins the
everybody's
lottery, so
prayer,
they
and
only
everybody
win, they only
wins
win
the lottery.
$10 each or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, and then they riot because they
Yeah.
all won $10 on the lottery.
Yeah.
And it's the same idea. It's
Yeah.
like once you're just winning. Where's the fun? It doesn't have the wow factor, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's-
yeah. But I truly believe that they, air quotes,
Right.
it's so easy to create trends because like the youth, teenagers, preteens, they eat whatever. Like if you put something on TV
Yeah.
on repeat and then
Yeah.
you hear it on the radio,
Yeah.
even if you don't like it at first, it's just beat into your brain. Like all of a sudden you hear this all the time. Like, oh, the song's kind of growing on me, or
That happens to me. I'm
Yeah.
guilty.
it happens to everybody.
Yeah,
But
I don't mind enjoying a radio single, but
Yeah.
the problem
but
is
it
with the
is-
pop world,
not-
it's most of it's crap.
yeah.
And that's not just opinion, it's crap.
It is.
I never understood too, like these random artists, like that's the support for the Illuminati, where it's like maybe they were kind of work their way up, but it's stuff like I think there's like the new Katy Perry song and just stuff like that, where they'll always have like featuring some person
Oh,
that
to
you've
make
never,
it- to
never,
make
ever,
it
ever-
interesting.
you've never
Yeah.
ever heard of before, and all of a sudden they're just in like the biggest song ever. Like,
Yeah.
where did you sign your name in blood for this?
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, it's not even songs that they own. So
Yeah.
they're handing the person they want to be famous
Sure.
a song that's
Yeah.
written by somebody else.
Like
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj, and she just came out
Right.
of nowhere at some point. And all of a sudden, like her first single was she's just the biggest person in the
Right.
world. Like
And it
Yeah,
was
but
all
she's got
hype.
that ass though. So
Well,
like
sure,
you,
but
you take beautiful pop stars out of
just
this.
an example.
I
I'm not
honestly-
talking about anybody. But
I honestly don't understand a word she says when
Yeah,
she
yeah.
sings. I don't know if it's just me.
I'm
I've
sure
nev-
she
I've never
sang
got it.
stuff.
I could beats the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
I don't know what the
It's
hell
not
she-
really what I'm paying attention to.
yeah.
Right, but I mean that's a little out of control.
Yeah.
Even for somebody that likes asses. I mean,
Yeah, she's a bit excessive.
yeah, that's a lot of ass.
Well, I disagree with this
Oh,
whole
yeah.
entire side of the table.
Well, the
I
the
mean,
Illuminati's got
If
you.
you're into that
Wow,
sort of
I
thing,
know,
yeah,
yeah.
you're hooked right in. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
they aimed at you, I guess.
They built her.
Right.
Yeah, I do.
career and
I do
physically.
believe in artists being form molded, packaged,
Right.
into because I think like once the music industry changed, like as far as like download, like Napster started it, like with downloads and everything.
Yeah.
Um,
And Metallica fucked it up.
and you see record stores closing left and right, HMV coming to an end.
Yeah.
I just think now that the powers that be in the music industry, they have very little room to fuck around now. Like, take a look at the 90s, like how many like bands like one-hit wonders, or like even in the 80s, like the one-hit wonders. I mean, there's always going to be one-hit wonders that come out, but there was much more grit. It was much more raw, like in the 90s, where like a band would just like maybe even come out with one album, it wouldn't do anything, but still the record label still had that room to experiment. Let's see what this is going to be like. But now it's very little room to experiment, so now they want a sure thing. They want to make sure that it's going to sell, and this also gets on the topic of like all the reboots in Hollywood that are coming out. There's no original thought anymore.
No.
All these superhero movies, so it's all branding.
Remakes.
But because we have new technology, so we want to make sure you
see it in that technology.
Remake Ghostbusters or It, or
and it's just the branding. They'll completely change the story, like Total Recall. I haven't seen the remake of Total Recall, but from the aesthetic of it and from what I hear from people, it's nothing like the original Total Recall.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
But it's just the branding. Like MacGyver just came back out on TV.
I watched that with my mom.
Is it anywhere near the same?
Not even close, but it's a good show. I mean, it's decent. I enjoyed it. It was on Friday night or something. I think.
Hawaii Five-0, same thing.
Yeah.
Like
I loved MacGruber.
Well, who doesn't?
Yeah.
But it's the branding that they care about now.
Yeah.
With superhero movies, especially. They automatically know
they already have a
that
fan
they're
base.
They're gonna
there's already at least 1 million people that will go see it, right?
Like,
no matter what.
How much money did Green Lantern make?
Yeah,
that was a shit movie.
Yeah,
but I'm sure it still made millions of dollars.
Oh, and it depends who they make the Green Lantern too, right? You're gonna get fanboys that'll go watch the movie that don't even give a shit about the story. Just because of who's acting as the Green Lantern.
Oh, you're talking because they got
Yeah, you can use star power for garbage. Like I mean,
and it worked.
And how many movies have star power that were fucking trash?
Yeah,
and it's everywhere.
Yeah,
and I now it's to the point where half the people I listen to that tell me, "Oh, you gotta go see this. It was amazing." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever."
Probably not.
There's only a few people I trust.
Do you enjoy being cynical? Because I don't.
No, I don't.
I can't help it. But like,
I know. No,
I'm aware of it.
See, I'm not cynical to the sense of I'm cynical when it comes to the population because I think that most people's opinions are crap.
Yeah,
and it's
mass.
Yeah, you were.
Or they're just that opinions.
Yeah, your opinion was molded by somebody else's opinion, and you just followed it. And if I spent enough time trying to change your mind, I could.
Yeah,
which means that your opinion ain't worth shit.
Right.
If you won't stick to your guns on an opinion and someone can manipulate you to change your opinion, then your opinion was never worth a fuck in the first place.
Oh, that's so true. I agree with you now.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you have an opinion, you better stand behind it, and it better be fucking educated.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to argue
if it is educated, but if you just have a blind opinion where you're not open-minded to anything, that's just as bad, right?
Right.
Like a flat earther.
Right.
Too early for that.
So, I mean, I'll go into something, like I like to think that I know a little bit about everything. Right. I've always been into so many, but there are things that I'm like hella into that I will argue to the death. But if it's something I'm coming in, like if you wanted to talk to me about Pearl Jam and their history, like I think I like know a little bit about Pearl Jam. But talking to you, if you tell me something about Pearl Jam, I'm gonna fucking believe it.
Okay.
And I would be gullible. You'd be able to tell me something insane about them, but knowing what you know about Pearl Jam, I'm like, I'm not gonna argue with you. Because I'm not confident in the point where my opinion is greater than yours, knowing how much you like them.
Yeah.
But if it's something I feel strongly about, like say Tool, and you said something that I know is untrue, then I'm going to argue you to the death.
Right.
And I feel like people, depending on the company they're in, will bend their opinion. I've dated them. I've dated one for a long time that, depending on the company she was in, she would bend her opinion based upon what everybody else was like in her, like that we were being accompanied by.
Yeah.
So it's like, which face are you going to wear today?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, this one. Just for the purpose of conversation, where I'd rather just be quiet and be like, these people are all fucking idiots.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, to me, I don't like superficial, senseless conversation.
Right.
And I'll just hide in a corner.
Yeah.
I'll be like, yeah.
You'd rather just...
Right. I'm like, I'm not talking to these idiots.
Yeah.
Like, well, I shouldn't say idiots. I mean, they're not idiots for having their opinion, but if I don't share one, then I'm not going to go in and argue for the sake of arguing.
Or adopting someone else's opinion.
Right. And I will not do that.
Yeah.
I refuse.
Yeah.
I will refuse to adopt another opinion.
Mm.
You said it really good with that one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about them revamping the Matrix?
Are they?
Yeah. Why?
I haven't heard anything.
Why?
I think it's modern enough not to need revamping.
I never seen the other ones. I saw the first one like 20 times and never felt the need to see 2 or 3 or whatever.
I finally saw the third
Yeah.
one.
I love the first one. I
a
just
couple
never,
years ago.
I thought the first one wrapped it up nicely.
Yeah,
I
but
was
no,
happy
but
with
that's
just that.
that's Hollywood for
Right,
you.
yeah.
Where,
What's there to revamp?
Yeah.
In my eyes, nothing.
well, like you just said, now that they have whatever new technology that they have,
Yeah.
ooh, let's
It's like
redo the Matrix.
It's like the South Park with Star Wars and all the George Lucas movies.
yeah,
and that.
they
They're
always
like-
Yeah,
they
yeah.
always
No,
intended
no,
to put
yeah.
the
Yeah.
Imperial
Imperial
walkers
Star
and
Wa-
giant
yeah,
dewback lizards in the background. They just couldn't
I
afford it.
Yeah. They just didn't have the technology to do it.
Oh, I remember.
Chewbacca?
But yeah, from what I heard, they're revamping the Matrix, and I think
Yeah.
they
So I'm
have
not
Will
surprised.
Smith.
I'm not surprised that
Really?
they would go back on
As
it.
Neo?
Yeah, I don't know
Well, I saw
whoever
a
it's
thing-
going to be. Maybe
I
it's
saw
going to be a
thing the other day
spin-off
on
or something.
On Facebook where it was just like a non-fiction or a fiction thing where somebody just made it up where they took the Matrix trailer but then added it as if Will Smith was Neo. It's kind of interesting. Like somebody just did that as a trailer, like from video editing.
Right.
Maybe
They just-
that's what they're talking
and
about.
they just
then.
took
I don't know.
they just took Will Smith from like just different movies that kind of fit, and they just made it seem like the trailer for Matrix was Will Smith.
So a lot of
instead
iRobot, a
Keanu
lot
Reeves.
of I Am Legend.
Yeah, right.
A lot of Men in Black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It was
like,
interesting. It was well done. They did seem like
Yeah.
a real Matrix, trailer that was with him.
Yeah.
I like early Will Smith.
Yeah.
Like Fresh
I
Prince.
like,
like
like Will
Bad
Smith. I
Boys.
think he's a good actor. Like I
Okay.
liked,
Like Bad Boys 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
yeah,
2 of my
I liked,
favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
I Am Legend. Like,
Yeah, I liked
there's
I Am
there's
Legend.
problems with it. Like I never understood how he had the ability to build that huge laboratory in his basement after all the shit happened.
Yeah.
But still, yeah,
Do you know about wills, Kale?
wills?
Because when there's a will,
Yeah.
There's a way.
yeah.
Not when there's apocalypse. Apocalypse.
Well, he's got all the resources. He lives in Manhattan, no?
Sure. I don't know.
So he's just like, you know what?
Maybe,
I'm going to go get
Maybe it's
stainless
just-
steel table.
Maybe it's just my
Oh, my
lazy
laboratory.
ass. I was like, man, I'd never be able to do that.
Yeah.
He was like a doctor or something.
You
I,
would-
I think you would, though, in a post-apocalyptic
Right.
setting. Like, you would become crafty. You're
Oh, yeah, yeah.
you're all by yourself.
But I've always had that fantasy, that morbid fantasy of the. I've always loved the apocalypse movies, the apocalypse porn or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, that's
I'm sure I would die instantly, but
Yeah, oh, yeah,
those
yeah.
those are thinker movies because they put
Yeah,
you
for
in a
sure.
place like where what would I do?
I've always had that thought too of
Yeah.
how easy it is if there was like an EMP or something like that, or the whole grid shut down.
Right.
How fast the society would just turn on itself. you
Yeah.
know?
Right? Yeah. Would you be like one of those survival guys?
Yeah.
Would you be like Rick from
I just always have that thought.
Walking Dead, or would you be like the one that's just fucking like fuck this and
I always have that thought.
off yourself?
Or would you be
As
like
simple-
Alex Jones just saying, like, I
Yeah.
was right
Yeah,
this
yeah.
whole time?
Yeah, you'd be trying to get on the closest Fox News or something.
Yeah,
and
now everyone wants to buy my bomb shelters.
all the news outlets are closed and burned, and he just still wants to get in front of the masses to say, "I was right."
I
Yeah.
told you
I
so.
was right.
But I always have that sort of on my mind, even if I just have like hardly any gas in my tank. Where I
Yeah.
just think it's probably good if I just fill up, just in case something happens. I can
Yeah.
at least get 700 kilometers away.
Yeah,
you
you're
know?
in case. Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes I do that.
Well,
Yeah.
that's how I feel about, like, I feel like I should learn stick, like a
yeah.
manual, just because in the event of a zombie apocalypse, I'm
Yeah.
being chased down by a group, and there's
jump
this
into a
car,
yeah.
door open, keys in the ignition, car running, ready, boot, like the
You
stereo
just keep
blaring,
stalling- you keep
whatever,
stalling
whatever.
until you get eaten by zombies.
It's gonna be
I'm
the
dead.
One, it's gonna be a manual.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because-
it's gonna. Of course, it's gonna be a
If
manual.
you're,
I'm
in,
dead.
if you're in Europe, it probably will be.
What do you think the percentage of people that can drive a manual is still these days?
I don't know.
Not
I never
much.
have.
Maybe 30.
I never have, but I'm very confident that I can. I just never had the opportunity. I've
Yeah.
never had a manual car. but,
I've
like,
never driven an automatic car in my life.
No. Yeah.
Just on my driver's.
I've
thing.
always liked to. I just never. I would never buy a manual because it just seems like a pain in the ass. But I would like if I had a good car, I would like a manual. You know, if I had a fast car or something, it'd be fun. But
It keeps you
it seems like it would be
engaged.
It seems like it would get annoying after a while, though. You know.
Yeah, in Toronto, like
Yeah.
If you're driving
especially
through
in
like
any kind of city. If I lived in the county or something like that, I would love a manual. But
yeah, I mean it. I just like the control. I'm a
Yeah.
control freak. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
I like
I've
having
always appreciated that
full
part
control
of
of
it.
the car.
Right.
But
And I like simple cars too. Like I like if I could get a car that has roll down windows and manual locks. And
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
Like
no-
I don't like any electric. Like
no
I'd
more
let-
extra shit.
I mean,
to
I
go
do
wrong.
have all that. Yeah, but yeah, it just seems like more shit to break that you
Right.
don't need. Like even my car now, like I'll get like I have the tire pressure monitor,
Oh yeah.
and like a week after I bought the car, one of them died. So ever since I've had this car, it's I've got the light blinking on my dashboard that says the one is the tire pressure tire pressure monitor system. But all I know is the one is dead, and I can look at the tires or check them with a gauge and know if they have enough pressure in them.
Right.
So it's just shit that you don't need. Maybe some people like it, but
It's all flooded.
I would like a car that is a car and not a computer.
Right. Good
Well,
luck with that.
Yeah.
Well, like the cars with the cameras and the
the
license
rear
plates
views,
now
yeah.
that show you.
Well, they have
backing
ones
up
all
or-
around
You
now.
know, those are the first things that
They have ones all
break.
around now. They have ones like in the mirrors in the front and everything.
I got
too.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, guarantee you, that's the first thing that's break on your car.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
if
mean,
you,
it's
and
a-
if you get it,
that's-
you go to get it fixed, and it's like $500 just to fix some
That's
little
a
thing.
full-
You know what? Do I really need that? No.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
it's broken for the rest of the time.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. That's a
now I just have a
full-
light on my
but
dashboard.
Like I could see that in a luxury car, but that's a full bore sports car that I own.
Yeah.
Like it's not built for that kind of shit. And I first time I threw the car in reverse, I was fucking blown away. I'm like, what? There's a reverse camera on this thing?
Yeah.
Nobody buys it for this shit. But
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's almost as a standard feature as air conditioning and power windows.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
It's-
They had a rental one.
We
time
have to
that
put
had
a
that,
camera on.
and I didn't even notice it until like 3 days because as soon as I put it in reverse, I'm looking backwards. Like I look
Right.
back or I check the mirrors. I'm not looking at the radio.
Yeah.
And see, like,
And,
wouldn't
one time I noticed
wouldn't
it.
that dull our evolution to rely on
Yes.
Yeah.
the cameras? And now,
Well,
like
like-
now
well, it's like
that
everything, like
you're
phones
used
or-
to looking back and
Well,
now
like-
you get used to the camera, you're not going to look back
It's like
anymore.
anything. Like
Everything's about
phones
dumbing
are.
you down.
They have the cars now that parallel park by themselves.
Yeah,
where
fuck
you
that.
just pull up and just let go and it parallel.
As
parks.
much as I hate
Yeah, yeah.
parallel parking,
Yeah, yeah.
like no,
I've
like
seen
come
it.
on.
It
Or even like maps, like I'll use GPS if I really have no idea where I'm going, or if I'm going somewhere in Toronto and I need to be there by a certain time or something. But if I'm just going on a road trip, by
I'll use
myself
it if
going
I'm
camping,
anywhere near Harpo's.
I still have yeah, yeah. If it's a matter of time or life and death, but
Or
like
getting
if I'm
shot
going on
at.
a camping trip or something like that, I still have a Ontario map that I use, an actual paper map. And It's
Yeah.
all worn out and shit, and I use that.
That's
Yeah,
a dying
It's
skill.
it's real.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
it's visceral.
And I
You
like
can-
practicing that. Where
It can't
I like
die.
practicing.
Yeah, well, it can.
It doesn't have 10% left on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Exactly. Or an EMP, an EMP,
10% on it.
an EMP or a gamma ray won't knock it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I just like practicing that, like knowing what road I'm on and what road I'm looking for, not just knowing that when it beeps that I gotta turn right or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, did you see that artist rendering of like it was like a few years ago that I saw this of what they imagine like us to evolve into over years because of the
The big eyes.
yeah
Small head.
yeah okay, so you did
Talking
see
about
that
the car
and, like
accident one?
something about
Or
like
no?
their hands get smaller or larger, like they just
yeah.
Yeah, to
We-
hold like a cell phone better.
we
like,
almost like
Well, have you seen the
revert
one-
back to like caveman.
Yeah.
There's one too where somebody did like an artist's rendition or a model of what we'd look like if we evolved to survive a car accident.
Yeah, I
Have you
saw
seen
that one. Oh
It's
yeah,
just, like,
Graham.
really weird, like
Graham.
a big face and like big forehead.
Yeah, it's
and all that shit.
terrifying.
Yeah, yeah.
He's terrifying.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
name was Graham.
What was it? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So what are we headed to a reverse evolution here?
I think so. Well, because
Is that a thing?
And like what you were saying, like the head is going to shrink because with calculators,
Mhm.
all this other technology aiding us along the way, we're going to have less use for
Yeah.
using our own brains.
Yeah.
Our mouth's gonna get bigger because everyone's a fat cow nowadays.
Right, right.
Yeah.
But what was it? The eyes got larger, or
I think so.
or the eyes got smaller, or yeah, it wasn't. It was just as pretty
Probably
as Graham
because
was.
you're always looking at a screen, right? Like, you don't need big eyes to see in the dark.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pupils. Something,
Car
maybe
headlights.
something to do
car
with the
headlights
pupils.
keep getting brighter.
Yeah, yeah. So if we can backtrack a little bit.
Sure.
Uh,
We went off on a tangent.
yes, we did. Before all the technology, before the cars, before everything that we've just mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
let's find out a little of your background.
Okay.
Where were you born?
Windsor.
Windsor.
Yes.
Born and raised, never left.
left. No. No.
Windsor native, through and through. And siblings, brothers, sisters,
One brother.
one brother.
One brother.
One brother. I mean, I know this, but I'm just trying to
That's- that-
pretend.
We can pretend.
So you've got a brother
Yes.
who is younger, older,
Older by 4 years.
older by 4 years.
So your brother's age.
Okay. Okay.
I've been struggling with how we met. Because
Baseball.
I know this is a question.
Oh,
asked.
you and Kale.
No.
Like you guys
no.
have met before, right?
Yeah, through help
Yeah.
and like all like that group.
Back in the Chubby
I
Pickle
am
days.
positive.
Okay.
Chubby Pickle and
I think so.
What was the other one?
Because
The Loop?
me and Kale,
Coach and
Loop and
horses.
coach, yeah.
me
Yeah.
and Kale kept that Chubby Pickle afloat. Like
Basically
Yeah,
paying
we paid
the
their
hydro
rent,
bill
we paid their rent for a while.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
We hung up in their upstairs storage area.
Did you and I meet through
Baseball.
playing baseball together, or fucking shit up in the park while Paul and JP were playing?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I can't remember.
Well, because I don't know if that 1 year age gap would make a difference. Weren't we still in the
usually-
same league?
Usually,
Like, I mean, the same.
well, yeah, like usually you have a minor and a major playing together, right? So the 1 year I would be the minor, you'd be the major, and then the next year you would be the minor, but I would still be in the league below you, and I'd be the older kid, right? So I don't know.
I don't know because I think we're just always in the same league, like same age bracket.
Yes.
I don't know. It's been a long time.
Yeah, we were kids, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
But that's where we met.
it was definitely baseball.
But maybe
But I know our dads know each other as well.
do they?
They do.
Where did your dad?
I think
Did your dad go to Herman?
maybe. I don't know. I don't follow
Your parents?
my parents'
Your
history
parents?
very well, very closely.
Okay.
I think your dad sold something through work that my dad's work bought. Maybe.
That you know, but you don't know what school your dad went to.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Yeah. What does your dad do?
I don't know.
What did he do?
I don't know.
And you're giving me shit about my parents' high school?
This is my show, goddammit.
Yes, I don't know.
But we played. I mean, I think we played baseball together at
I
the same
think so,
time as
too.
our brothers played baseball.
Yeah.
I do remember hanging out with you during our brothers' games, though.
Yes.
Yeah. So getting to that, as a child growing up,
Mm-hmm.
big sports kid, big sport. I mean, we both came from big sports families.
Yeah.
And I know that you did or still do dabble in hockey.
Yes. And
Uh,
baseball.
So is it just hockey and baseball?
Yep.
No other sport?
No.
Okay, so you're still playing hockey to this day?
Yeah, not competitively.
Okay, but still skating around? It's
Still
not,
skating,
It's
yeah.
not floor hockey?
No. Every
Okay.
Sunday I still get on the ice.
Okay. And you're still playing baseball?
Yep.
Because
Sundays in the summer.
JP had asked you a question at the end of the episode that you still have not reached.
Yes.
If you are playing baseball this year.
Yes, we are. We have a new team this year.
Okay.
Actually, we just changed our name. We dropped a few guys, picked up a few guys, and we're gunning for your brother's team. Actually,
Okay.
they have a bounty on their head
Okay.
because they're like back-to-back champions.
Because they just keep winning?
Yeah, all they do is win, no matter what.
And you don't like that?
I'm a pretty competitive person, actually.
Right.
So when there's a guy on your team that is bringing the team down, strikeout, or I mean, fuck, it's
Is that you?
no, oh God, no. when it's slow pitch and you have a guy that isn't out every time, it's one of the worst things because it's a defensive game. It's whatever team makes less mistakes in the field
Yeah.
is going to be usually the team that wins.
Right. Well,
Because
yeah.
you need to hit. You're not getting strikeouts. You can't bank on your pitcher striking people out.
Yeah. Are there any walks in softball?
Oh, there's tons.
Really?
Oh, there's tons.
Is it that hard to lob a huge ball onto a huge plate?
Apparently.
Okay.
When your brother doesn't pitch, his team struggles.
I don't mean to diminish
When your brother doesn't
softball.
pitch,
I guess I don't know.
he'll play third base, and someone else will try, and they'll start walking a bunch of guys on base, and then he'll have to go step back in.
Yeah.
He's probably their best pitcher.
Yeah.
That I seen anyway. I don't know if they have any other guys that weren't playing, but
Yeah.
he hits the mat. But
Yeah.
it
Seems
apparently
like-
is challenging.
Seems
Hey,
like it'd be harder to get it, like accuracy if you're throwing
To hit or
if you're
to
throwing
pitch?
like a lob like that.
well, you also don't want to throw meat
Is
pitches.
it overhand or?
No,
is
it's
it,
granny.
It's an underhand.
Yeah,
It's a
it's-
lob.
yeah.
it's
granny.
shit like that. Yeah, that seems like it'd be harder.
The
to
arc-
That seems like accuracy would be harder as opposed to just throwing it hard overhand.
Yeah.
right?
Well, the
Yeah.
arc on the ball has got to be between 6 and 12 feet.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
The umpire will call it illegal if it's too high
Or
or
if
too
you're just
low.
like cranking
Yeah.
it low, yeah. If you're just cranking a straight
But
line.
if it's
fastball,
low,
yeah.
then a lot of people, the umpire will say it's illegal. You're still going to swing at it because
Yeah.
that's like a hardball pitch, and you're
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
smash that fucker.
Yeah, yeah. you're
So
trying-
what if you
trying to
hit
crank
it? Is
yeah.
it called back or
No,
is it
no,
it's
no.
fair play as
It's
long
fair.
as yeah.
You can hit it. You can hit an illegal pitch,
Yeah.
but it's the umpire's job
like
is to
hitting it
call
out.
it off the hand right away, so that
It's like out of bounds on tennis or something, right?
Right, so
If
you
if
know-
if you still hit it, then it's not out of bounds.
right.
So
you-
if the ump shits the bed on,
and doesn't call it illegal,
then it's fair play.
then it's fair play. Yeah.
Okay.
And that shit happens too.
okay.
I mean, there's some pretty bad umpires, but
Yeah. How long have you been playing softball?
slow pitch.
Slow pitch.
About 4 years.
Okay.
I took about a 12-year hiatus from baseball.
Okay. So it was the 12-year hiatus, and then you went into slow pitch.
Yeah.
So when did you stop playing hardball?
The year we played for the national championship. I don't know if you remember, but when I was 15,
I was there.
when at about 15, I think I was 15 years old. Riverside hosted the national championship. They redid all the diamonds.
Little League or travel?
RMBA,
Okay.
the OBA.
Okay.
When I turned like 11, my dad got pissed off at Windsor East, and he's like, "This is a joke. There's no coaching. You should be in OBA."
Yeah.
So that's when I switched over, and I started playing Riverside. And then the one year they hosted the national tournament, and it made me hate baseball forever. Just
Because it was
practice 4 hours a day.
so it's too serious.
Game 2 hours, and then after the game, dry land training, lift weights, do this, do that. I was a kid, man.
Yeah.
Like, I just started liking girls. All my friends were always hanging out at the school, playing basketball. I don't know, smoking a cigarette or something. Like, just doing kid shit.
Yeah.
And I wasn't ready to be serious.
So did you and I play baseball up until you left Windsor East?
Yes. Yeah. I think I
Okay.
was 10 or 11 when I left Windsor East.
Did you play All-Stars?
Yes.
So we were on the same All-Star team?
I left after the first year of rookie ball. So
Oh, wow.
my first year playing travel was the first year of actual pitching. Which
Oh.
Mosquito, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, for your league?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
What's the year after rookie ball called? Mosquito, I think?
For Little League, it's minor.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I did 2 years of minor and then 2 years of major, and then I think I was actually talking about this on last week's show. It's just like it's at a certain point you got to shit or get off the pot.
That's where I was.
And then I went to Riverside my last year when I was 14.
Royals?
Yeah.
Was it OBA? Did you play OBA or did you just play the
I
Riverside
didn't.
House League?
Just house league.
Oh, okay.
As you said, you're getting interested in girls.
Yeah.
The guitar found me. I started growing my
Yeah, you had
hair
the guitar.
long.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I said, you know what? I don't think I want to play this year.
Mid-season.
When you were 15?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the year, like, a bunch of guys on the team I played for got scholarships and stuff like
Well,
that.
that's what I mean. It gets more serious,
Well,
and
yeah.
I just wasn't. I
Either
wasn't.
gotta go full blast at it or give up.
I
right?
couldn't-
And that was me. I just no, I'm out. I'm
I
out.
didn't have the determination. I didn't love the game that much.
No.
Right.
And I mean, I was the number 4 hitter on the team at the time,
Yeah.
like, which is technically one of the best hitters on the team.
It's okay.
I mean, I'm not. I'm kind of a modest person, so I don't like to talk about it. But I was the number 4 hitter.
Because you're
and-
glowing right now. There's a twinkle in your eye.
That's not talking about the baseball. That could be the beers. But,
the warm beers.
the warm beers making me glow.
So was there, before you lost interest, was there any aspirations to go pro? Like
Sure.
as a kid?
Sure.
Yeah.
Until I realized what it would take. I think you have to be born with that passion to actually like something that much. to-
Absolutely.
And
To
spend
actually
your whole
put in.
childhood doing it. And
Yeah, that's a lot
stick
of
with
work.
it, yeah.
Or you're just trying to impress your father. Right?
Yeah, it could be that too.
Right.
Because he was equally as pissed when I quit hockey too.
Well, I don't mean your father per se, but just
Yeah,
in
yeah,
general,
yeah.
there's a lot of people out there
I hear
that
you.
are living their parents' dreams, and their parents are living vicariously through them,
Yes.
and this is just their life now.
Yeah.
Like, you're a plumber because I was a plumber, and-
Right.
And my father was a plumber,
Right.
Over the
And guess what his father was? You got it, a plumber. Yeah.
From the old country.
Or
Yeah.
presidents.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's true. It's definitely true. It's you hit a point in the life where you're like, okay, yeah, it's full time at this, or it's okay, time to move
You
on.
better be serious about it. And I wasn't anymore. Like I was like you. I just didn't have the heart anymore.
I love the game. I love baseball. I loved hockey. I did not love dedicating my entire day to it.
Yeah.
It was awesome to play a baseball game for 3 hours,
And that's it.
3 or 4 times
Yeah.
a week.
And then
But as soon as he's telling me that Monday to Sunday we're going to be at the Diamond from noon to 3 for my summer when I'm off school,
yeah.
it's like, where's my childhood, man?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be spending it at the Diamond, running laps around the field, throwing balls, hitting balls all day. It's like repetition. It's like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I no.
Well, and then we brought
And
up
still
the-
for only a small chance to actually
And
make
it's-
it.
especially with baseball.
Yeah, baseball.
for
and
what,
hockey,
a 4 to 5 year career at best, if you do make
and like
it.
baseball and hockey, and how many people are trying to do the
Yeah.
same thing, right?
For a Canadian to make it
Yeah.
in baseball, like, I mean, if I would have actually stuck and
Like how many
tried
jobs
with
are there?
hockey, there would be a lot better
Yeah.
opportunity. But even then,
Right.
like, in order to
Yeah, how
make
many Canadian Major League Baseball players are there? Right.
right, and just to make the OHL, you
Yeah.
better be on the top line of your AAA team,
Yeah.
and you better be scoring more goals than the top
Yeah.
75, 80%
and
of that
hope you don't get
league.
injured along the way.
And then you
and
bet-
money has a
Then
lot
you
to do with
break
it too. If
you
you're a
break your
rich
ankle
kid, then
and-
you know you're
Absolutely.
You're
And your
then
dad's
you
the
break your-
coach. You get
after-
more ice time, more, you know, you get
Right.
showcase more. But then you get to the OHL, and how many second line OHL players do you know that are playing in the NHL? None.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, that's
Like I said,
quite
and-
an
and-
accomplishment
And if you
in
can
itself.
avoid injury all that way too.
Right.
You may get injured in your best year in OHL and never play, and then
Yeah.
never get scouted or drafted, or,
And look at all the people
or
that
complete career ending.
so many guys, like even on the Spitfires, that Bill Bowler is a good
Yeah.
example.
Yeah,
The guy was a stud.
yeah, he was like the best, probably
Best- one of the best
franchise,
Spitfires
yeah,
ever.
best
Yeah.
franchise players ever.
and he couldn't make it.
No, yeah.
So it's like,
he had size was
so then
his
at,
problem, but
at that point, you got to look in the mirror and be like, am I that talented? Am I that gifted?
Right.
Can passion really take me that far? No.
yeah.
I don't believe so.
And there's
I
luck
do
and-
believe
there's
in-
luck and timing and stuff too. Like
And-
there was guys on the Spitfires in the years that they won the Memorial Cup that would have been first liners anywhere else, but they were third, fourth line on the Spitfires because they had
Yeah.
so many good players and
Yeah.
where they got any ice time.
And even like one of our better players those years was Greg Neeps.
Yeah,
And what did he amount to? Nothing.
yeah. Or
Abbotsford,
Timmins
Abbotsford
or
Heat,
Shug or
Timmins, Shug, yeah.
Yeah,
Two
yeah.
more, yeah. Dale Mitchell.
yeah.
Uh,
Young.
Yeah,
He's
Harry
a,
Young.
He's a cop now.
Mark Condary.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was quite a few.
Yeah, like I said, the whole team was amazing. So it was
Well,
like,
what's
to be
the
fourth
shelf?
line, you would have been a first line on any other team. But
Absolutely.
What's the average shelf life of a hockey player, pro or
NHL? Are you
are you
otherwise?
talking Yager?
Yeah.
No, not freaks of nature.
Yeah,
no.
yeah. I mean,
Because he's still going, right?
Yeah, I think so. Or at least up until recently.
I would
or
say,
even Brodeur. Brodeur played for
unless you're
Yeah.
30 years. Right?
unless you're like really specifically talented, you don't step right in.
Yeah.
So I mean, you spend about 3 years in minors, so we'll call it 21,
Yeah.
and then a good career might be 27, 28.
Yeah.
So 6, 7 years.
That's insane. And like this is your whole life
you spend your whole life for
for
those
6 to 7 years.
of fame.
And
Yeah.
then what? Endorsements and just-
Coaching,
if that, yeah.
scouting.
It was like, like you said, like commentators or scouting or.
But
But look at
trainers or
Shaquille
goalie
O'Neal.
coach
Like,
or
what
whatever.
is he like? He's a fucking spokesperson for every single thing under the sun.
Yeah. So he didn't make enough money, or what was it?
I don't know. He just wants to stay
If you believe,
involved.
if you believe in the sun,
Shaq Fu
what?
he's on the flat earth.
Yeah, he's a flat earther.
make
That's-
rap albums.
I think eventually we're gonna get into the flat Earth. I think it's.
Yeah,
I think
just
we're
keeps
destined.
coming up.
Yeah.
Didn't
I
he
think-
say he was joking?
It's not worth getting up.
I don't know. Did he say he was joking?
I'm pretty sure he. I thought I
sounded pretty
read.
serious about it from what the quotes I read. But
It could have been one of those like Facebook hoax sites,
Maybe,
but
yeah.
I think he said he was just joking.
maybe I didn't actually.
Probably
I
once
didn't
he got-
actually see the
Maybe. Yeah.
video
Maybe
or
he got a
audio.
lot of backlash.
He
Like,
probably
oh,
got
just
bombarded.
joking.
Yeah, he
I
probably
didn't
got
actually see
bombarded.
like a video or audio of him saying it. I just read quotes. So yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm kind of going through Facebook nowadays and just reading headlines and just
Right.
I'm morbidly disgusted.
Yeah,
and
I
I
know.
just I can't even bother to click on half the shit anymore.
Right.
I don't even know why I have social media anymore.
No.
But I
Because you and I wouldn't talk anymore.
right, but yeah, that's the thing. It's good for some things.
Yeah.
But
You have to know how to use it. Don't abuse it.
yeah, but why do we need 300 fucking platforms that one can do? Why do you need Snapchat? I can post a fucking 5-second video on Facebook if I want.
Yeah.
Why do you need fucking Instagram? You can post pictures on Facebook too.
Yeah.
And then you have your, what else you got? Twitter? Yeah, I can just tweet what I'm doing. Like, you can do
Yeah.
that with Facebook.
Are you following us on Twitter, by the way?
No.
No, we'll never know.
You wouldn't know.
You could have
you
said
wouldn't know
yes.
anyway.
No, you could have said yes.
Yeah, I should just say
Yeah,
yes. I think I use Twitter for
Yeah,
like
I have a lot that I
week.
don't use. Like I have Twitter and that's about it that I don't really use. I mean, I use Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr. It's about it.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I don't have Snapchat, but I have photography stuff too, so that's why I use it.
Right, yeah.
But if it weren't for that, I wouldn't really use much. I might have a Facebook, but not use it much. But
right. Yeah, I mean, like, I know a lot of people that
it's
I
not-
two of my best friends actually don't have Facebook, and they told me it's the best thing they've ever done.
yeah.
And they said life's just done nothing but improve since they've been off.
Mm.
Even cell phones, I resisted that for so long, and I finally got one when I was going to be traveling across country and flying for the first time and stuff. So it's been 3 years almost now that I've had a cell phone. But
Right.
up until then, I resisted it. But it's also knowing how to use it too. Like Facebook, you can
Yeah.
do it, you can have people on there that you don't want to talk to or see anything, but you don't want
Right.
to delete them. But like I've gotten used to that. Of if there's a person or something that I don't need to see what they're posting, like I don't even know the person or
But it's nice to know they're there.
but you
Well,
got
there's a lot of people like either they have stupid opinions or whatever. People that just,
Exactly.
or even just the
No,
people
no,
that don't
you're
even
right.
people that don't even know that maybe don't even speak
fucking
English
verbal
or something like
diarrhea.
that.
Yeah.
Could, because of photography, they'll follow me or add me or something like that. So
Yeah.
I just automatically just unfollow them. Like I'll solve them as a friend, but I don't need to see what they're posting because why?
right. Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
care.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, with something like what you guys are doing here, it's kind of a necessity to have social media.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you want to have followers and people.
Yeah.
So it's like now you got to deal with like these are some of the side effects of
Yeah.
having all these friends on your friends list. And I kind of was going through the same thing. I was building my friends list and I was building like this and that and all these acquaintances. And I'm like, you know what? One day I might need this big of a network.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm networking all
Right.
these friends. I do like enough work to keep them like, you know. But
Well,
it
and that's
feels
what
like
I was saying. You have to know how to use it.
Right.
Because so many people out there abuse it.
Right.
And it's just, it ruins, for
It
lack
ruins
of a better
lives.
word, it ruins the fun.
It also ruins lives.
Sure. Sure.
Some people like live way too much into that shit.
Yep. Well,
Because-
they hide behind their
Online
what do
ID.
you call it? Avatar? Or?
Persona.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, persona, yeah, that's a better word for it.
And I mean, how many people are going to post a picture of them sad and not having fun in life, right? So I mean, you
Other
go
than,
and
Can
other
we-
than, like the statuses
can-
for help? Or
Can
something,
can all three of us try that for a week? Just like
Post
post, like
sad
sad
shit?
pictures,
Yeah.
just like in the rain, like in a rainy day, just like looking out the window, just
yeah,
like
and go to the river and put our head down and
just like superimpose one of those
Ti-
inspirational
Yeah.
quotes over top of
yeah,
it. Yeah, like
just be like, my life fucking sucks.
no,
Right?
it's got to be deep. It's got to like, you know, there's a rainbow at the end of each storm or something.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? And
Well, people
see-
do that.
You know what? Take a friends count before you start it.
Yeah.
Or
And
to
then-
see if it dips.
See, yeah,
Yeah.
I did that experiment before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
I did a
Post Trump stuff and see how much it did.
well, no, I just started speaking my mind about how much I hate what 90% of my friends list does on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just started it. I was never one to participate in the online arguments,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then I just went fucking ham for about a month. I just went off, and I worked when I worked afternoons. I worked on spline grinders at my last job, and I would have like 6-7 hour cycles. So I needed entertainment.
Yeah.
So I would just troll the shit out of people. I would go on like those Christian pages. I would go on like the bigot, like gay hater pages, and I would just start shit with everybody that I could,
Yeah.
and just question all their beliefs and just make them feel like shit about themselves.
It's a very Edward Norton thing and Fight Club thing to do.
Yeah, and like I would just be like, why do you hate gay people? What did they do to you?
Yeah.
And like I would just
Yeah.
question all, but I would come at it with like an intelligent perspective.
And they would not.
And they would just go right to calling me a gay lover or like a
quote scripture.
Yeah, right. Yeah, quote script. Yeah, Jesus hates gay people. I'm like, oh, okay, because Jesus was on the internet. Did he write that on the internet? And yeah, so I
Post a picture of Jesus making out with
what-
Hitler or
I-
something.
yeah,
Putin.
Yeah.
He's on a horse with Putin and Trump.
I found
Shirtless.
that the more time
Sandwiched.
you spend doing that,
Christ sandwich.
the more you lose faith in humanity,
Sure.
and the more you hate fucking
What, the
people.
debate?
Yeah.
I used to debate all the time. man.
Idiots.
I've never
All
got
the
into. I've never
time.
got into any of that. I mean,
You never got into one online debate with anybody?
maybe not really. I don't know.
Oh, you
nothing,
should do
nothing
it.
serious.
You should
like,
stir one
especially
up.
especially a topic that I'm not completely expert on.
Oh,
but
take
like,
something you're
but like,
passionate
or something
about,
about
like-
religion, like something where I don't even care what your argument is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, but yeah, I still do that where it's like even like a YouTube video. It doesn't matter what the YouTube video is. You scroll down and there'll be an argument about Trump.
Oh,
or something like that.
100%.
I still do it every fucking time where I just gotta read what it. I
you
just gotta
ever-
read at least a few comments, but even though-
Comments make the internet awesome place.
Well,
though.
I've made it like a conscious effort. I'm like, just don't read the comments, but I still do.
I know. Brian, have you ever
Or like a
gone?
Windsor Star article. Doesn't matter what it is. You know,
Yeah.
like a stabbing
Fuck
or
Trump.
something. Somebody. Yeah. But like any Windsor Star article that's something negative, like a drug deal or a stabbing or something. It's just always a comment about how the city's just going down the tubes or something.
oh
you know?
yeah, Windsor's a
No, you're
terrible
just hearing
place.
more about it. That's all.
Right, yeah,
Like,
because there's more outlets for this
Right.
information.
And it's like anything worldwide. It's just you're hearing more about it.
Right,
I don't
because-
think there's more or less deaths or whatever.
I agree
Yeah.
100%. I had the
Murders
same
or drug
conversation
deals
with
or-
somebody.
yeah.
Do you think there's more shit going on in the world today, or do we just have more outlets to
Yeah,
read about
you're
it?
just hearing more about
have
it.
you
In
ever?
1940, if somebody got stabbed in France because
You
of
would never
something,
know.
Yeah, would you hear about it? Yeah,
No.
maybe 2 weeks later,
If you
there'd
were
be
there.
a blip about it. Yeah, if there's
have
some
you ever?
major
Have you ever
event.
gone to like a Fox News post and like decided to like want to start shit and then you start reading all the, like, you just want to say the most basic thing, but like it makes your anger rise, and you just want to say something, and then you open it, and then you see all these other threads from like these Fox, devotees.
Yep.
And it's just like I kind of like step back. It's just like it's almost quite literally walking into a lion's den, but they're all sleeping.
You just back out of the room.
Yeah, and it's just like
like Peter
man.
Griffin does in the bushes there.
Yeah.
Right back out.
It's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not just like any other, the liberal media or whatever.
Yeah.
It's these are the people that you're gonna argue with, and you're outnumbered.
Yes.
So it's
severely outnumbered.
Yeah. So it's best, as fucking insane as their viewpoints are.
Yeah.
It's just best to walk away. So like sometimes I'll be like typing something fierce, and I get to like
the last
10 lines in. I'm like,
what's the point?
no, this is, and then I just delete everything.
Yep.
And I remember commenting.
Leave page.
I remember the other week I commented on something about I don't even remember what the headline was, but I remember saying something about the moon landing being faked.
Right.
And I got a few. Well, I think you were one of the ones who liked it, but there's a
yeah.
few people who liked it, and there's this.
Yeah, air high fives.
Well, there's this one guy who like said something to me, like commented on it enough for me to just delete it altogether.
Really?
I'm like, this isn't like, that's shocking. Like, and it takes a lot to shock me.
Yeah.
But this certain thing shocked me enough where like, I don't need these people knowing of my existence.
Right.
Yeah.
So delete.
You're fucking paranoid because of the
Whether or not
psychopath on the internet with a gun.
Because I decided to say that the moon landing was fake.
Yeah.
So I went to this guy's page at first, like before I deleted everything, and he's like in like full like camouflage army garb.
Oh, he's holding like the whole M6.
Yeah. He's one of
profile
these,
picture.
No, I don't think he was in the military. I think he was like a militant or something. Like he's just
militia
got all this
member.
gear in his Alex Jones signature bomb shelter.
Yeah, with his tinfoil rolled up hat.
But the shit, it was like 2 lines that he said to me, and it was just like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Oh, why don't you come join this club that we started?
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. It's a scary world.
It is.
But we're gonna get a little deeper into all of this in a minute.
Okay.
We're gonna get to our first song actually. This is a song by Menos Mal, and this song is called "Destroyed in an Instant."
Missiles flying outside of your back door. Your mama's crying, don't think she could take much more. Stay out, no friends, you feel no pain, this don't even feel like home. See your neighbors squirm, watch them roam. I will be leaving this behind. Destroyed in an instant, blink of it. Standing on the sidelines while you're procrastinating, taking your sweet-ass time. Doesn't seem like you care much anymore. Got your head caught up, stuck in the corridor. How this commotion is dragging my brain. Enough to drive anybody insane. Oh, I will be leaving this behind. Destroyed in an thin. Now our lives are paper thin. Welcome to the new world. Welcome to the new world. Where the horizon's forbidden.
Probably the most annoying sound in the world.
Grow up, you two.
Would hurt your ears probably.
These are really sour.
Yeah. That's what I got.
Did you try
right now.
those?
No, that's what.
That's what's in
I've
your
got
mouth
like
right
14 in my mouth right now.
now? You're fucking sour. What do you got?
I did 7. 7 of whatever. I don't know. There's a pile.
Did you fire them into your mouth?
Are they sour?
No.
These are like the sour Skittles without that annoying texture on the outside.
I think that's what I took. A little
Yeah,
sour.
you did. It's the closest bag to
A
you.
little sour.
The
but-
sour Skittles have that annoying sugar texture.
That's not annoying.
It
that
burns the
coarse-
shit out of my tongue. I don't like
Yeah,
it.
that-
Oh, yeah.
These have the same
The
effect
scratchy.
without having that scratchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't grow up with a bag of Sour Kids at the movies?
I did,
Wow.
but I didn't expect it from my Skittles.
Mm.
So
I love sour
It wasn't
Skittles.
it wasn't a welcome change to me.
Yeah.
I
But
liked
the
them.
problem with Sour Skittles is the same problem with the original bag now because the green apple is everywhere.
Yeah, I noticed your big pile of
Look at-
not eating green.
Look
Skittles
at all
over
those greens over there that I'll never touch.
there. Yeah,
It's awesome, eh?
those are all the green apple ones.
Yeah. You want
I'm okay.
Steve
With, I'm okay with
segregated
those.
his Skittles.
I'm okay with those.
them? This is apartheid Skittles. So we're doing something a little different this show
Okay.
because you're a little different of a guy.
Okay.
And I say that as a high compliment. But we haven't gotten pizza at least yet. I don't know what the plan is for later.
Okay.
But right now, we are snacking on 3 bags that our guest, Mr. Brian Vance, who is sitting across from me, he brought 3 larger bags of Skittles, all different kinds. You had asked me before you came here if there's anything I wanted you to bring.
Yeah.
And jokingly,
Yeah.
I said nothing or original Skittles and Orchard Skittles.
Yeah. I didn't find the Orchard Skittles.
I really didn't think you were actually going to buy Skittles.
I was. Well, see, everybody leading up to now has had a thing, and this was my thing. But
Is this how you're going to outdo the mannequins? Because I got to be honest with you, you are lacking.
well, I was gonna build a sign for you, but you guys are slacking on your logo. So
Oh shit! I forgot about the sign that you're going to make us.
yeah,
And he's going to make us an on-air. I was telling
Yeah.
you he's going to make an on.
I'm going to incorporate the on-air light into the sign.
That's awesome.
But
I'm excited about that.
the Skittles.
Kale was going to quit this podcast until that.
Yeah.
Until everybody.
Till
He's
he
like,
got
okay,
the-
okay.
till he got news of a
This
sign.
just bought me 3 more weeks.
Ah,
Give
yeah.
me some juice.
They the Skittles actually has an interesting story tied to it, though.
Oh, by all means.
Yeah, nothing like your gas station story with your alien encounter, but
Okay, well, we'll get to your alien encounters after.
it
this
wasn't.
Skittle.
I went into 7-Eleven on my way here.
Plug.
There was a guy in the store that had fucking ants in his pants. You know those people?
Was it James Brown?
No, he was white. He was short. He was kind of chubby.
Okay, so that was an alien.
So I'd put him about 270 pounds, maybe 5'7". But he was just beating the drums on the ice cream freezer. Just
Was he using drumsticks?
No,
Yeah.
finger drums. finger like chopsticks, sort of like.
Maybe
And-
that's how he thought he was gonna get into that
freezer?
yeah.
No, because then he was over by the Skittles where I'm patiently waiting my turn
Yeah.
behind this guy, and he's just giving her shit, and he's shaking bags around, and he's just, I don't know, everything was an instrument in the store, and whatever he was on and whatever was going on in his head, I want some.
Music is life to him.
I don't know if it was music or drugs. I think it might have been drugs.
Well, you have to have one to
Well,
get the other.
He was grinding his teeth.
Yeah, to
so
be good at both, you have to have both.
it's usually a good indication when someone's grinding their teeth that they're on something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was. It was. Well, what time did I get here? 6?
Oh no, you were late.
No, I wasn't. You
was-
were late. I was
Dude,
here
I was
before you.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
he was here before me,
He
yeah.
was here before me.
He's here before me and the guy that lives here.
Yeah, so I was on time. But the
So you say. I don't know. I wasn't here.
well, there you go. So you
Mm.
don't know what time I was here.
Mhm.
I could have been here at 5:30.
Four.
Perky for my interview.
Okay.
But yeah, no, he was 6 o'clock. It was about 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and this guy's got some energy that's out of this world. And it's Monday.
You think he's still there?
He might be. He might be partying at the bus
He
stop.
didn't have a case of the Mondays.
No.
Okay, so going back to the Skittles.
Yeah.
I don't know if this orchard bag exists anymore because I haven't seen
I
it.
don't think so because you know
And that's where the lime green. Now what? The lime green doesn't exist at all?
it might be dead.
That's what Twitter's for. isn't
Don't
it?
say that.
Listen, because where these bags are on the shelf, it says original Skittles, $3.99. Sweet and sour Skittles, $3.99. And then it said this one, whatever that one says.
Probably the same.
Yeah, and then as I'm going through the rack, there was no empty rack for Orchard Skittles. So I think you might be shit out of luck.
Yeah, I think so. Well, the store down the street, same thing. Just not even a space for them.
What were the purple ones?
Berry, wild berry,
Those are gone too now.
good. Those are the devil.
They were bad.
And we were talking about the tropical ones.
They're bad. Too.
Yeah, I agree. I never. The tropical one was the first bag outside the original
Outside
that
of
they
the
came
red?
out with. Yeah, that they came out with, right?
That's blue, right? The baby blue.
yeah.
Yeah, they're terrible.
I was never excited about, and Skittles were my jam, as our faithful listeners know, and are probably tired of us talking
Yeah,
about
well,
Skittles,
whatever.
except for Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Just to name off the bags of Skittles that we have, other than the original bag, the red bag that we have here with the Devil's Dick Hole green apple Skittle, we also have what seem like totally made up fucking bag, bright side Skittles.
Bright side.
The shit.
Read the flavors back there.
It's just all yellow.
They were good.
Paradise Punch,
That was
whatever
good.
that means.
That was good.
Kiwi Banana, okay, I'm on board with that one.
Yeah.
Tangerine, okay. Pink Lemon, oh, this is the Pink Lemonade one, okay, I'm
Yeah.
on. And Watermelon.
They sold you.
Yeah, I'm on.
Sounds racist.
I'm on. Which one? All of them?
Watermelon.
Watermelon?
Yeah.
Oh, no, only if that's the lenses that you're...
Looking at the Skittles through.
There you go. The other bag is Sweets and Sours,
Which is basically sour Skittles without the texture.
which I'm not on board with.
They don't seem that sour.
And we've just got a plethora of Skittles all over the table now. And
Yeah,
this is
well,
this is
all
what we're
the-
eating instead of pizza.
All the green apple ones you refuse to eat are in a pile there.
Well, yeah. They belong over there.
You know what?
You're apartheid app.
I'm really
Skittles.
curious. I'm really curious about these sour ones. I'm not sure if I like them yet, so I just keep putting them in my mouth until I can have an opinion.
See,
you ever do that?
sure.
Yeah.
You work it out
You work it
as,
out.
as
Yeah.
you go.
You got to work it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on the fence here.
The people that run like the sample tables probably hate you.
It's a
You're
mood
just,
thing.
You're just a
Yeah.
guy that hangs out there and eats lunch.
By the time I leave the liquor store, I'm always drunk. I can't drive.
Um,
I'm gonna try one more of those.
Yeah. Do you have 7 more?
So-
I can see.
while I snack on these Skittles,
These are fucking sour.
these questionable Skittles,
I don't know what he's talking about.
let me ask you a question.
Sure. Shoot.
Recently, you just got a new pup.
Yes. Blue-eyed.
Still blue eyes. Always. gonna be blue
No.
eyes?
No. They're
Fading?
They're fading
Yeah.
into hazel.
Oh, boring brown.
No.
I can say that because
They're hazel.
I'm pointing
no,
to my
they're
eyes
hazel.
right now.
They're not. They're not brown. They still have like that blue light in the sun outside, but They're not
Yeah.
as blue as they were when she was a pup.
Okay, it's a girl.
Yep.
What's the name?
Storm.
Storm, as in X-Men, or as in
X-Men.
Oh, it could have been Storm Thorgerson, the guy responsible for all the Pink Floyd albums.
Or the Guelph Storm.
Okay.
That's more of a deep. That's more of a deep reference there.
Well, it's interesting because
I guess the X-Men
I was
first.
gonna say
so.
I was gonna say the Guelph OHL team. So
it was a suggestion
Guelph
made to
Storm.
me by a friend,
it's even more deep.
and
Maybe he just really likes the weather.
after I got her, one of the very first times she fell asleep, her eyelids opened, and her the front of her eyeballs rolled up in her head, and she looked just like the X-Men Storm. Like,
She looked like Halle Berry.
yeah, I was looking outside waiting for the fucking weather to change. I was like, this bitch, like, wow. I think I posted a picture of it on my Instagram or something.
Maybe I have seen.
If you look, yeah, maybe there should be one there.
Yeah.
Of her rolling them up there.
Yeah.
It was creepy as fuck, but I was
Yeah.
like, whoa.
So, how old is she?
4 months.
4 months.
Yeah.
Brand new.
Brand new.
You were telling me that the new dog
Yes.
has almost or completely replaced,
The old dog.
well, the need.
The need of the whole of the companionship.
Like a relationship
that a dog brings. Yeah.
with a human.
Even that, yeah.
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 Warm body in the bed.
Right.
Something to come home to, something to care for.
Mm.
I find the more alone time you spend with yourself, then the less you tend to give a shit. So
Yeah, I'm getting that from myself.
yeah, so you need some kind of a responsibility at home to keep you in line, right?
Do I really?
Do you?
I'm not challenging.
I'm not
that.
asking.
No, I'm not challenging. I'm saying, like, do you
I-
think I should?
You have
I'm
this
saying it
podcast.
rhetorically.
And I'm asking you
Do
seriously. Do you
Do
think I
you?
should? Should I get a lizard or something?
Maybe,
You have this show.
but
This is my pet.
yeah. When
He begs to differ. Kind of a stretch. Kind of a stretch.
yeah, I don't know. It's
I was joking when I said
the no.
you don't have to defend it.
They're quite
Understand.
noble creatures. They're just that you come home, they're always happy. They're always jumpy, free of judgment, free of.
I always thought of a dog would be too much of a relationship. Like I've always been more of a cat person, but I mean I like dogs too. But dogs seem like it'd be a lot more intense.
They are.
Where a
Cats are
a
low
cat is more.
maintenance.
Cats can be pretty, intimate too, or something, but they're more
You don't have to-
independent.
Yeah, you don't have to think about a cat
They're
when
not
you go
just
to work for 8
They're not
hours.
always there. Like
Yeah,
the
they're
dog
just-
just seems like it's always next to you. whatever
Because you know
do.
why? That cat ain't thinking about you for those 8 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
No, the cat's thinking
Yeah.
about. I got food. My litter box is clean.
Well, I
Fuck
saw
'em.
like recently it was just like a headline or something on Facebook, but it was like some study that they did where cats are pretty intelligent. They know what you're asking of them, but they just don't care. like
I would not
cats
doubt
can
that.
be as or
They are
more
dicks.
more smart than dogs, but they just don't give a fuck. Where
I don't know
they're
if
not
I-
going to do what you tell them to do.
I don't know if I buy that,
Yeah,
but I do know that dogs are more loyal than cats.
for sure. Yeah.
I read something.
Like if you disappeared one day, a cat would be fine, but
I read
a dog would mourn you.
I read something morbid about this.
Yeah.
Oh, do share.
I did. If you died in your apartment, on average, it only takes a cat 24 hours to start eating your body for food.
Wow.
No,
Where
I was gonna say
if you had a dog, they will wait up to 7 to start eating you.
that is loyal.
So that's how they measured loyalty.
Right.
I don't know how.
That's the cannibal.
yeah.
Cannibal. Well, it
Yeah,
wouldn't be cannibalism.
Not really,
but
no,
yeah,
but like to eat their human, I guess.
that's how they
It
measure
takes a
loyalty.
dog a lot longer to decide. Fuck, I gotta eat this bastard. Before
He's going bad.
this poor
Survive.
bastard's dead, and I got no food. The cat's like, fuck him right
Yeah.
away, just eating you.
Well, there's no food in my bowl, so I'm eating you.
No, there's food in my bowl.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
But this
I
is
just
so
don't like
much
that.
better.
I don't like that kind, and you knew that. So
And you know what? You didn't clean my litter box for the last day, so I'm gonna eat you.
And I'm gonna shit on you afterwards.
I had a buddy with a cat that was like that. It would pee once in the litter box, and it'd be like, no, too
Yeah.
high maintenance. It would just
It's
take
full.
a shit right in front of the box,
Ugh.
just to rub it in his face. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I would kill that thing.
Yeah.
Like I would just fucking throw it off the wall.
Yeah.
I could never have a cat.
Yeah. So, getting back to humans, what is your thoughts on dating
Dating
right now?
right now.
Right. Yeah. Where you are in life, Brian Vance, Brian Peter Vance. I don't know.
It's
I don't,
Joseph.
I never knew your middle name.
Joseph.
We should have started with that.
It's Joseph.
Brian Jojo Vance.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on dating?
Where do you want me to start?
You got the energy?
Where do you want me to start?
Well, you were telling me earlier, I think it was yesterday or the day before or something, that this dog has, at least for now, replaced your need for someone, at least in the immediate future.
Yeah.
So right now, where you are, because we
Okay.
have talked about your past relationship.
Yes.
A little bit before we
Offline,
started.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the personal shit that you don't really need to get into.
Right. So right now, in your frame of mind,
Yep.
what are your thoughts on dating? Are you?
Open-minded.
Yeah.
I think you have to be at this age. At 33, everyone's going to have a past. Everybody's going to have a shit, something they're getting over, something they've been through, whether it be a kid, a marriage. There's a lot of situations that people have been through that you have to accept. And this picture-perfect relationship that you have in your head now,
Yeah.
it's you pretty much got to wave goodbye to the dream. And
Like
I don't
all together?
I don't think that it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I think it's a growth thing. And I did the online thing, and that was a nightmare
Mm-hmm.
to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what you guys do for your.
I've dabbled.
You've dabbled,
Mm-hmm.
dibble dabble.
Well, it's kind of the
to-
way that it's going, the
yeah,
direction it's going.
Yeah, you dip your toes in the water. I mean,
Yeah.
do you want to meet someone in a bar? Not really. And
Do you go to bars anymore?
No.
Because I hardly go to bars
Me
anymore.
neither. Me neither. And it's like, so people will say, "Oh, meet someone at a grocery store." It's like, "Oh yeah, that's fucking so easy to say." It's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna walk down the produce aisle." and be
Exactly.
like,
That's
hey,
like the cliche
hey, nice
go-to.
fucking melons.
Yeah, I was just
You
gonna
can't
say,
fucking do that. It's awkward as shit.
Squeezing melons with a stranger.
Right. It's like, and she's walking like her kid or something,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like what you're sitting there looking for a ring. And then you're like, okay, no ring. And then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, so is she single? And then you're spending all this time in your head.
Do I want to raise a kid with her?
Right. And there's no right way to go up and just introduce yourself to this person.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, there's
Well,
not.
it seems
some-
kind of
something else
sleazy
has-
to do
something
it.
else has
It
to
doesn't
happen.
seem like the time or place
It's going to be awkward.
at a grocery store.
Yeah, it's going to be awkward.
And this is always the go-to cliche of just like, oh, I'm never going to, like, just what you just, I've heard this many times.
Yes,
Oh, I'm not going to meet
yes.
anyone in the grocery store. Why is that even brought up? Because, like, I never realized that as an option. Unless it happens organically. Like,
Yeah, it
you
has
just
to
bump
be.
it. You have
Yeah, you couldn't be
you have a
setting
meet
out for
cute.
that.
Is that what they call it? A meet cute?
yes, yes.
If you have a meet cute in the produce, or you're
And what are
looking
your
at
odds?
sausages and
And then they always, yeah. Hey, yeah, right? What do you suppose they
or
put
any
in
cured meats.
Yeah, what do you suppose they put in these sausages? Right? Yeah, and
I know what I put in mine.
right. Yeah, and these are the cliches that everyone relies on that doesn't have to deal with the same shit that you have to deal with. It's to me, it's like a fucking cop out. These people have these cop outs of like how to give you advice and not want to hear you whine anymore, right? It's like, I'm not gonna meet somebody or whatever. Like everyone goes through that stage of it, right?
Yeah, but who are you
Where-
talking about specifically?
Parents, friends that are in relationships, people that are married, people that like
Oh,
people,
on the other side. On the
people
other side.
on the
of
other
fence.
side of the fence that don't have the same
People trying to
situation
convert
that
you.
you have, right? And they're like, they don't know the struggle.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, don't worry, you'll meet somebody. It's basically, when I hear that, I always hear, I don't want to fucking talk to you about that. That's how it translates in my head.
Yeah.
It's like, I know. It's fucking, yeah, I'll meet somebody, sure. And then you're like, in your head, you're like,
But at the same time, I think they're trying to tell you that you're a good guy.
yeah.
You look like Scott Weiland.
Scott Weiland or Chris Martin?
I'm leaning more
You're
towards
leaning
Scott. Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, but Chris Martin's alive still.
So Scott Weiland,
Yeah, but like,
right here.
yeah, all
And,
right.
and I'm pointing to my heart, and Brian's not buying it.
I was gonna say he's not alive, is he?
No, he did.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was dead. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you fucked me up for a minute. I'm like, what?
Still looked like him. Still
Okay.
had a face at one point.
So I could be him, like, come back from the dead.
Sure, but you existed on the planet at the same time as he did. So
What did his wife look like?
which one?
Could I slide in there?
Which one?
I don't know.
He's been married 3 times.
I have no idea about his personal life.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get those that bullshit grocery store line, and then you get, oh, do what you love, and you'll meet somebody while you're doing that. And it's like, well, I'm not gonna meet somebody while I'm in bed sleeping. because I love doing that.
Yeah.
In your dreams.
Right. Or playing video games, or you know what I mean, like being a lazy fuck.
It sounds like you need to get out of the house.
Right. But then, okay, so I get out, I take the dog for a walk. What are your odds in a 4-block radius to meet the person that's for you?
Isn't that what a dog park is for?
Yeah, but I hate dog parks. They teach your dog very bad
Well, then you're
habits.
doomed, and you're
They're
gonna die. You're gonna
cesspools.
die alone.
Then I'll rather die alone, because settling's not an option at this point.
Absolutely
anymore. Not at this age.
Absolutely not.
Not after you did 3 times.
Not
and
for
you ended up-
now. But not for now, but then eventually.
Yeah.
Once you get to your 40s, then it becomes an option.
But
Yeah.
when you end up in the
We'll
same,
have the same talk 10 years from now. Just
Right.
like settling's okay.
I just can't wait to settle.
fuck it.
Man, I saw this couple in the park the other day. They were totally settling. I'm like, oh,
It's like,
Yeah, it was like,
they're settled.
"Aww." And then I bought
those
this.
two totally settled.
I bought this sex robot, and I was pretty good on that front. So I just found someone that could cook real good.
Well, with the invention of fleshlights and sex robots, we
Yes.
don't
Once-
even need to find
once artificial
the right
intelligence
one
gets
anymore.
better.
Right, and it's like, well, see, what do you know about psychology?
I know a lot about psychology.
Okay.
Wait. Did you say vitology?
No, I did not.
Because
say
I know a lot
psychology.
about Pearl Jam's vitology. Psychology? No, nothing.
What
Go.
was the 7th track on that album?
Have you ever?
Pry to.
have you ever heard of the?
It's just a filler. It's not an actual song.
you,
ever
do,
heard-
you do know a lot of
It's an intro into corduroy.
What do you know about?
But I digress.
Have you ever heard about the Myers-Briggs personality test?
Yeah.
Maybe.
familiar.
It's
But
a series.
yes.
It's a series of 4 letters, right? So your first 2 letters are an I or an E, which stand for introvert, extrovert.
Okay.
So like it'll give you a percentage after you take like a series of tests, and then like I can't remember what all the letters stand for. Like the second letter, you're either an N or an S, which I think is sensing and feeling, and then the third letter is a T or J. No, the last 2 letters are P and J. It's
This actually sounds like an eye test.
What
more
was
than-
it?
It's
What is it called?
Myers-Briggs personality, or type in Carl Jung personality. He discovered it. Anyway, so it basically will narrow people down to 16 different personality types. And then there's relationship stigmas inside of it, where like your ideal partner is this type
No.
and you're this type. And it was the first time in my life that I ever read something after I took the test and found out what I was, where I actually went to a paragraph and read it, and I was like, "Holy fuck!"
So what do you
I've
mean
been-
by that? Like what?
I've been summarized in a fucking book. Like I'm not unique at all. It made me feel like
You
I
had
was-
you had a Buzz Lightyear moment.
yeah, and
You
it's
found
like,
out you were just a toy.
right,
Yeah.
and it's like, holy shit! Like I do all of these things.
Yeah.
And it's not like reading a fucking horoscope that is very bland
Right.
and very.
No, I don't believe in that.
Something crazy. Yeah, who gives a shit where the fucking sun was when you're born? I don't buy any of that shit.
Yeah.
But this kind of stuff, like, it's almost predictable of how you are as a person, what you do, and how you pursue. And then I take. Oh, okay, so yeah, you got it up here. So the first letter is an I or an E, introversion, extroversion. The second letter is N or S, which is intuition or sensing. Third letter is thinking or feeling, which is the T and F. And the last letter is judging or perceiving, which is the J and the P. So after you take this test, it's going to give you your 4 letters.
Okay.
And then you go to that part. I think the book's called Please Understand Me. That has the one that I read anyway. There's a lot of information on this. It's actually recognized in universities.
So what did you find out about yourself?
Everything.
Okay. Can you share or?
One of my main problems in here, like as according to this personality type, is that I have ideas which are great ideas, and I will see them 80% through,
Yeah.
and then in my head, I see the outcome in my head, and I give up on it. And that's in the first paragraph about my personality type.
Yeah.
And it blew me a fuck away because I've done that my whole life.
So why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Just
it tells you things like exercises to work on, to like try to overcome, things you should try. And one of the things it says that I needed to do is like a bucket list.
Yeah.
It's like do a bucket list
Yeah.
and think of all the things that make you uncomfortable and work towards them.
Yeah.
And one of my things was talking to people. And here I am doing a podcast
There you go.
where people will be listening.
Check.
Checkmate.
You're welcome.
Yes. And so I have the obvious ones too, skydiving and like the things that people
Watch
wanna do.
watch the bucket list with Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson.
Right. Yeah. And I
You
mean,
just take
like,
it way too literal.
and then
That's the only thing
That's
on it.
the only thing on
You
your
think
bucket
that
list
just
is
means
to see
that
the bucket list.
you think that just means you're supposed to watch that movie?
right.
And just buy a bunch of buckets.
So I'm knocking them off by comfort zone, right?
Okay. So
So-
skydiving's got to be down there.
Well, one of my very last ones is skydiving and performing at amateur night at a comedy club.
And this is what you were telling me earlier
Yes,
on, like
yes.
probably a month ago or so.
That would probably be my hardest one. So legit
Public speaking, not only public speaking, but
trying to make
stand-up
people laugh.
comedy.
right.
Which
Like
I
an-
think
like
I
an
have
open
that
mic.
talent.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when I'm in like an intimate group of friends, I can have everybody in tears.
Yeah.
But it's like all of a sudden 100 strangers are around, and if they don't laugh at something my friends would think was funny, then I'd be like, oh fuck.
You know what you should do to heighten it? You should line up a bunch of empty buckets along the front of the stage, and every time you make them laugh, you kick one out into the crowd.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just fucking kicking the buckets. For the
I might
bucket
edit
list.
this out because that's a good idea. If you don't take this, I'm going to take it.
Okay. There we go. And then when they
That
ask,
joke did well.
when,
Bang!
and then when they like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm kicking the bucket. Fucking,
My bucket
this
list.
is my bucket list.
And like inside each bucket is the joke that you just told.
Right.
So like
So, yeah.
you retired it.
So back to the personality thing. And then, so I'm like, oh my God. And then it's like, this is the kind of girl you need to meet. And it's like, this is the personality that you'll gel with, and this is how you'll whatever.
Okay, so for the single ladies listening to this right now in YouTube land and in
ESTJ.
iTunes land,
An ESTJ is my
and
ideal partner.
ESTJ.
Yes. And yeah, so
What if she's Espanol living in Tijuana? Is that good enough?
sure.
Okay.
She
Go on.
wants a green card or
Go on.
okay.
Free green cards.
I mean, with 6% of the personality, like of the population shares my personality, so I'm pretty rare. There's only 2 that are more rare. I can't remember what they are offhand. I didn't care because they're not me.
I think albinos.
Maybe. Maybe
Gingers.
albinos.
Gingers and albinos, maybe.
Ginger. Educated people that voted for Trump.
Yeah. The white whales.
It's a small slice of the pie.
Yeah. No, and so the more, you know that saying, ignorance is bliss,
No. And I and,
I
I'm,
mean-
and I'm happy about that.
Yeah, right? And I find the more that life goes on, the more it becomes true. It's because, like you said, being cynical and the pessimistic side of everything becomes much more evident and easy when you think and feel deeper than the average Joe.
Yeah.
And it's like your odds when someone says, oh, you'll meet him in a grocery store, you'll meet him here, you'll meet him there, you'll never know where you'll meet him. And it's like, well, yeah, okay, but now that I know my odds, are you going to see somebody at the corner of the street and just be like, oh, hey, you're walking your dog, I'm walking my dog, we got that in common, let's get fucking married? Like, no, it's not. So how many times could you walk by a potential partner that you could spend your life with, but being that your personality is the way it is, you're not going to engage in a conversation with them?
All right, brother, let me help you out here.
That was-
When
That was
for-
all of my 20s.
for the single ladies listening to this, where and when do you go grocery shopping?
I'm very sporadic.
Okay.
I'm not.
I'm trying to help you and you're not.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm virtually unhelpable.
So you don't want to meet
I don't know that I do now.
a girl
I don't know
in
that
a
I do.
grocery store.
I kind of deleted all my online shit,
Okay.
and got a sour taste about that.
Yeah.
It's very superficial. Very. So I did an.
It's in the early stages of
Okay, I understand it, and I think it's great, and like the whole matching systems that they're doing, and the whole like I think it's like for especially someone that's into like the psychology side of it, like I am. I think it's amazing
Yeah.
that they're trying to match people based on predetermined factors that you might not see right away because you have that whole puppy love bullshit stage now, right? Like
Yeah.
nobody acts themselves for like 6 months in a relationship. It's like, ooh, it's new and fresh, and like, and then all of a sudden interest fades, and you find out who the person is, and it's like, holy fuck, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
In my eyes, anyway, and
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm one in your eyes. It's like we're not compatible whatsoever, and then that's, I think, where your settling comes in. It's like, well, we spent 6 months together, so let's ride this out, see what happens, and then.
Which is an awful attitude.
It is fucking awful, and everybody does it.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Mostly.
And look at the marriages around you everywhere, and it's like, oh my god, you can't even stand the fucking person for a week.
Yeah.
And then by the time the weekend comes, it's like I'm going out with the boys because I can't even fucking look at you.
Yeah.
Like, that's basically what it is. When
Are you talking in general, or this is your
in
your
general.
experience in online dating?
My experience plus in general, I think that like you can just tell 1 in 10 friends have like an amazing marriage or wife.
It is rare, yeah.
And I think one of them is your friend that lives next door. And just from hearing,
They do, yeah, they do. They
just
have
from
they have a
hearing
good
like
thing going.
what she does, leaving the house, leaving town, like for him to do his thing in the basement with the recording and shit,
Yeah.
I'm like, holy fuck, like, wow, he found it.
Yeah.
Good for him.
It's rare, and I
He-
don't think you should stop until
You find what he has.
never settle.
Right.
Until 10 years from now when we come back and do the
And
show
we're-
again, and then we say, you know what, settling ain't so bad.
Yeah. Now I'm 44, and so
I'm grotesquely overweight.
yeah.
I'm bald. I have no
Right.
hair left.
Unless you're rich.
I don't have to wait 10 years for that one.
Yeah. So I did an experiment with a friend of mine, and we went on an internet site. I won't name it, and it was a free dating site.
Does it rhyme with schmlenny of schlish?
Yeah, and there might have been a little blue,
Schmish?
but no, we made a fake female profile, and we picked like a 7.
Which one dressed up?
Neither of us. We Googled. We
oh.
Google image like some random
Stock
like
photos.
20. Yeah, some stock photos essentially.
Yeah.
And we made a profile just for shits and giggles. And we didn't even put any effort into it whatsoever. We just put like, oh, here to check out the water and blah, 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 whatever.
Long walks on the beach.
Yeah, I think we might have posted some cliche things. And so within an hour and a half of that profile being up and online, there was literally about 65 messages. That's what you're up against on online dating. So the odds of a genuine person looking for a partner finding it is like finding a needle in a haystack,
Wow.
because you have to be seen.
Yeah.
So first of all,
You have to stand out in those 65
you're
messages.
fucking not gonna.
Yeah.
There's no way, and especially you're competing against other fake profiles of muscle fucking men and fucking fire departments with like
Catfishes.
carrying a fucking hose, and they got like a baby on the other arm, right? And so you're like, holy shit! And
Fuck, that got me wet just thinking about
right?
that.
You know what I mean? Like, turn the hose on. It's hot in here. Holy shit! And when you're competing against that, it's like, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
You can write like a whole, like, you could read a girl's whole paragraph, and she seems genuine and serious and wanting to find somebody,
Yeah.
and she's just gonna get hammered with all this garbage.
Yeah.
And it's like, so if you're genuine, you're gonna be the luck of the draw of her clicking and actually reading your message.
So did you,
So-
as the fake profile, sorry, go ahead.
The profile was just to prove a point
Yeah.
that. So now.
Okay, so with the fake profile, did you respond to any
No.
of these? Okay.
No.
So you just let it.
We just let it ride. We just
Okay.
wanted. We were just curious.
Yeah.
Curious cat.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, holy fuck! Like, it was just absurd. It was everything we thought it was gonna be and more.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had a friend that was a female that told us that it was like that for women, and she ended up getting engaged from online dating.
Yeah.
And she said you just got to be patient and
Absolutely, yeah.
whatever.
And that comes along with not settling, and
right.
I
and
mean that's what not settling is
But
being
when-
patient.
She wasn't the most attractive person we knew, so when she said it, we're like, whatever. And so we just tried it. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't take a supermodel. We took like an average looking female.
Right.
Like, you know.
Because
wha-
people catch on to that. If you have like a
Yeah, you can't go-
professional
Yeah,
picture airbrush, they're like,
you
okay,
can't
this
put
is
fucking Kate Upton on there and be like, "Ooh, I'm looking for just an average Joe." Like, no, it's not gonna. People can see through that. I'm sure there's a few fucking creepers that
Oh,
would
for sure.
yeah.
be like,
Well, it's like some of them, like you get the ones on Facebook or Instagram. just those sex pages or whatever.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
has like 4
Yeah.
pictures of some chick on a beach.
It's
or something
very
like that.
broken, very
broken
English.
English with like an obvious porn virus link or whatever. but there's still like
virus
there's
link.
just still like a whole bunch of dudes that have befriended her.
I
you
know,
like,
they
they're,
just-
oh yeah, sure, I'll accept this.
Yeah, I know. Like,
Well, yeah.
look at good cutie. Thanks
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
ad. Like, are you
yeah,
dumb?
yeah, even to the point
Yeah.
of them
Are
like
you
posting on their
stupid?
wall or something.
And the
like
random
that, yeah.
Facebook ads now are out of control.
Yeah,
Like from these like chicks, and like the very first thing on their wall is a link to their webcam.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
are you serious?
That's
Do you-
what I mean. But
Do
I
people,
look like
just
I'm a
what
moron?
Kale said,
Yeah.
like people still fall for that.
I know. And it's
Yeah.
I get beside myself that
It's like
people
that.
fall for that.
It's like the John Mulaney bit about how his like email account got hacked, and it sent like this obvious virus spam email to all those people in his contacts.
Mhm.
You remember that one?
I think so, but
And he's just talking about like how one of his friends was mad at him because he actually clicked on the link and stuff, and he's like, you actually believe that
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
things are going so
Oh, yeah,
bad
yeah.
for me that I had to sell Viagra online, and it was like I just send you a blank email with a suspicious link.
yeah.
right. So I deleted everything.
Mhm.
What's the answer?
What's the question?
What's the answer to dating?
Oh,
What's the secret?
well, patience
I
for
was
one.
just about to say- I was just
Yeah,
about to say one
you
word.
did already
Patience.
cover it. It's patience. And it's first of all being comfortable. You're just talking about like being comfortable with yourself.
Being comfortable being alone, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
you have to do that
Yes, you
because
do.
so many people just from one to the next just
Oh, yeah.
jump,
I've
jump,
never
jump,
understood
jump,
that.
jump.
I-
Never,
I've been the opposite. where I've
never,
only-
never giving themselves time to breathe and get to know themselves. And I've been doing this probably ever since the get-go. Like it's nothing that I have to think about.
Mhm.
It's just natural to me. Just like, whoa, that hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was. I suffered greatly for that.
Yes.
Why am I going to just jump
Right.
into the next one willing? Not to say like this is going to cause me also.
Yeah, like didn't you get cut deep enough last time, idiot? You're gonna go do this again?
Let's
Okay, let's make this next relationship longer, so we'll cut you deeper.
let's
again.
reflect on what
I see that
just
with
happened.
a lot with a lot of people though, where it's like maybe it didn't even affect them all that much, but at the same time they've just always been in a relationship. Like,
Yeah.
the second they break up with somebody, within 3 weeks they're
Yeah,
back.
it's a
They're back into another like
Because
year
that's
or
what
two
they're
year
used to. That's what
relationship, yeah.
and it
Like I
terrifies
said,
them.
I've always been the opposite, where I've mostly always been single. But,
Yeah.
you know,
It's codependency,
Right.
right? They
Yeah.
don't know how to be happy on their own.
Yeah.
And that's what I've found.
Yeah.
I've found it now. So that now it's like I have everything I want in life except that partner.
Right.
And it's like, okay, do I look? Do I not look? Do I let somebody into this?
But isn't it weird to consciously look?
But if you're not looking, are you not going to find? I mean,
I don't know. Like
how do those people that end up alone forever end up alone forever? Do they have opportunities to be with somebody that punch them in the face and they ignore it?
Well, I think the best relationships that I've had in my life, I just wasn't really looking.
Yeah.
It just happens naturally.
Yeah, but see, as you get older, you do a lot less things and you put yourself in a
Sure,
lot less
sure.
opportunities.
And so enters online dating.
Right.
Because the older you get, and like
Yes.
you're not going out anymore.
No.
And everyone has the internet.
And everyone's got like their wives and kids. Like all my best friends are all. I'm the only single one, right?
Really,
So
eh?
it's like, fuck. It's like, you want to go out tonight? Oh, sorry, kids got hockey at 7 tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
party pooper.
Yeah. Well, we'll go out with you, Brian Vance.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like there's some nights where you just feel like, and I can't go sit at a bar or go out somewhere by myself and drink a beer. I've never been able to be that.
I'll go sit with you, Brian Vance.
Right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's whatever. So it got to a point where then with those messages we came to the conclusion that you're gonna have mediocre women on online dating that think they deserve the top 10% of men.
Yeah.
So for somebody that's in their league, they're gonna be looking well above it. And then their about me section is blank.
Just ask. I hate the just ask.
Right.
Show me you're a fucking person.
Right.
Just ask.
Where's your fucking personality,
Yes.
skank?
Well, I'm not going to give it all away on here. You got to talk to me.
Right, yeah. Oh, I hate filling these out. Which to me,
Because you're an idiot.
because you're a skank.
You're an idiot.
Because you just want the attention of 100 guys saying, "Oh, nice ass, I'd like to get in there."
Well, and there's no original thought. They're the ones that are posting all those picture word things on
100
Facebook, those inspirational things.
Oh, yeah.
They don't even make their own. They
No.
just see it, they
That's
become
right.
inspired by it, and they hit the share button.
Yeah.
And this takes up your entire fucking feed. I'm getting rid of Facebook tonight.
And they're the ones that they're the ones that at the bottom are like, "Ooh, add me on IG or Snapchat." And then, did you go on there for attention, or did you go on there to find a life partner?
I mean, I will look at their booty.
Well, of course you
Well,
will.
Yeah. We're not
Yeah.
we're not ice cold robots.
I was gonna say we're not animals. But yeah,
We're-
Yeah.
that's exactly
I'm
what
not
it
in the
is.
business of ignoring the booty, but I mean, I'm in the business of finding someone, and I'm serious about
But
it.
you want a brain inside the booty. I
Right.
mean, the head
yeah,
a
above
little
the
bit
booty.
above the
Attached
booty.
to it.
I'm
Yeah.
33. I'm not 23, right?
Right.
I mean, it's a lot different. So, like, you see 30-year-olds acting this way on online dating, and it's like you have no faith in humanity anymore.
Yeah, you see 40-year-olds acting this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, absolutely.
So right now you're burnt out of
I'm burnt out of
the
everything.
dating
I'm
game
just
in
fucking
general.
done.
Unless a girl listens to the show.
Unless I go
Judging
to the
by
girl.
romantic comedies, that's usually when they show up. Is when you
Sure.
don't care anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I've been there for about a month.
It's when you become
for
happy.
about a month. You
It's
got
when you
you got
become-
some ways to go.
Yeah, I've been like, don't give a fuck for about a month. I'm just like,
It's when you
fuck
become
it.
happy being single. That's when
That's
the
when
op-
it comes.
the option presents itself. According to
Absolutely.
According
to
to the
to
cliches,
The
Yeah,
laws
yeah.
of
The romantic
attraction,
comedy.
the magnetic.
I don't buy that shit.
No?
No. Because everyone, like I said it before, like everyone's just like, oh, do what you love, and you'll meet the person that's for you while you're
Yeah.
doing that. It's like, well, I love sleeping, so no one's just gonna climb in my bed and be like, I love sleeping too.
And if they did, then it would be weird. And you
That
wouldn't
would
like
be
them.
fucking
Why don't
weird.
you start? Yeah, but why don't you start sleeping on the streets?
Yeah. Try
That-
benches.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you to sell
Park
your
benches.
house.
Park
Just
benches.
yeah, try a bench. Don't
but-
bring a wallet or anything. 'Cause don't get robbed.
But
Just
then
leave
you're gonna
everything
meet a
there.
homeless person.
Who cares? Maybe she's awesome.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe she just needs a home.
they've been through like some of the worst shit.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
So you
Like
should
a-
just be appreciative for the warmth.
yeah. Maybe she's your ESTJ.
My unicorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, it's funny that we're all single because we can all relate to this.
Is it funny though?
No, it's not funny.
But no, comedians have said that too. With like Pete Holmes has said that a few times in his show about a lot of comedians in comedy. It seems to be that way when you get to that point where you just don't care anymore. You're still doing it, but enjoying it, but you just don't care if you become famous or something.
Because you
That-
put
that's
le-
when you end up
because
getting.
there's-
That's when you end up getting a
There's
show
so
or
much
something,
less
right?
pressure that
That's
you're
right.
putting on yourself
Because you're not
because when there is nothing to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
You're trying
when you're
too
doing it
hard.
for the
Yeah.
when you're
Yeah.
doing it because you love it or something. I mean, that's more
Yeah,
of a
no,
career
it's-
side. But
Like if you take a job interview, I would do much better in a job interview if I already had a job
And didn't
like
need that
I
job.
wasn't if I wasn't really serious about this
Yeah.
job interview, but just going for shits.
Agreed.
Or if I had no job at all and this job interview
Well-
relied on me getting money, like I'd put so much more fucked up pressure on myself.
But where do you draw that line? What's trying and what's not? Do you see like a girl that you think is perfect for you and you just ignore her because you don't want to try? Or do you walk
Yep.
over and
There's no rush for you.
that's key? Yeah, no, definitely not.
Yeah. Say tomorrow you do. You're looking at the hams in the grocery store.
Out the hams.
and
yes.
you go to reach
eat
for a
lot of
ham.
And some chick bumps my head while she's
A
reaching for
ringless
one.
hand
ringless, childless hand.
reaches for the same ham as you.
Yeah.
You hit it off. You start dating. You get serious.
No, everything's
Sheets
cool.
Sheets
No,
her
everything's-
peas-
everything's
sheets her
great.
peas one at a time.
Do you see yourself ever getting married?
Married?
Yeah.
I think it depends on the person.
Okay.
I think it. I never had that dream as a kid. I was always go with the flow.
Yeah.
So it was like, if it feels like the right step to make with somebody, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But even kids, like I've
You're still on the fence about kids.
yeah.
How are you as an uncle?
I'm all right. Like there are a lot at times. It's like holy fuck,
How many?
2,
Yeah.
and they're just nuts.
Yeah.
They are balls of energy.
Yeah.
Like, they're fucking
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
But then you start to think about your home,
Yeah.
about how quiet it is.
You're right.
And then you're like, you know what? I'm going to go now.
Yeah, I'm gonna just keep traveling
It's the
down
perks
this
of
road.
being an uncle.
Yeah, and I'll play with them.
Mhm.
And I see my brother play with them for like twice as long as I did while I
Yeah.
was there,
Yeah.
plus 6 more other days a week, and I'm like, dude,
That's a full week.
yeah, how do you do that?
Yeah.
I
You just do.
but I mean, I guess it's different if it's your blood.
Yeah.
It's easy to go over there and play with them for a couple hours and then be tired and go home.
Yeah.
But if it's your child, I think it changes things. But
I'm sure it does.
when it's hard to want to take a kid into this world right now
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's fucked.
Okay, well, let's get into that in a moment. We're gonna get to our second song. So this is Downfall with Mega Man. You don't know if you're going to bring kids into this world?
I don't. It depends on the person I meet and where I'm at in life, I guess.
Yeah.
I've always had this dream that if I do have kids, I want to be young enough to be able to throw a ball hard at them, or Like, I don't want to be the 60-year-old. I don't want to be the 60-year-old man where my kid's like taking it easy, throwing the ball back to me. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm fucking old and I can't catch it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a legitimate concern of mine. Like, I want to be able to teach him how to throw a ball hard or shoot a hockey puck hard or
Right.
skate or.
You want to be able to beat up your children, right?
Yeah, I don't ever want him to go fuck you, Dad, when he's 12, and
Yeah,
I'm
you-
like,
you
and I'm
wanna be able to
legitimately
slap him around.
scared. Yeah, and I'm like,
But you're not that old.
no, I'm 33, so I mean, like, you got till you're, I don't know, what, 40 maybe, to have like a kid and still be at a decent age when they're coming into their.
Why
like,
don't you have this conversation with Larry King? Because he's
Teenage-
still spitting them out.
Yeah, but see, what's he gonna do with them? What's
But
he gonna?
he can pay people to throw the ball.
Yeah, what's he gonna do when he's 15 and the kid's like, Dad, hey,
Hand down his suspenders to them? I don't know.
Yeah, like, I mean, I
Like I
always
said,
wanted
he
to
can pay
be.
somebody to play catch with him.
I have this vision to be super dad, like in the driveway with him playing hockey all day Saturday, and like if I don't want to have limitations by my age and stuff. So it's like there's a lot of factors. Plus, it's also the woman, right?
Yeah.
I gotta see.
And we covered that.
Yeah,
But like I'm getting at the state of the world as you,
state of yeah.
because those are real fears that I share as well. Just like the older I've gotten and the more I learn about what's going on in the world, I'm like, if this was going on when we were being conceived, like, are our parents fucking crazy?
Are they? Yeah, are they bastards? Yeah.
Well, because you could go back to like the 50s where like the threat of nuclear war was
Is that always gonna be around though?
sure.
Is it just like a scare tactic for people not to have children? So am I buying into their shit?
I certainly am.
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah,
It could like we talked about earlier when I was talking to Kale, and I said like how many things have gone on in this world for how long that we just didn't know about because
Yeah.
we didn't have the power of social media.
Yeah.
And some
Or we were just too young to
even still
care
Yeah, if there's
or
If
be
there were-
aware
if there
of
was
it.
a terrorist
Even-
attack or something in France,
right. You
and
wouldn't
you lived
know.
in America in 1860 or something, you would never hear about that.
No,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it would have to travel down a grapevine, and then at that point, you're like,
Right.
"Oh, it's fucking rumors."
Yeah, that happened 3.5 years ago. Who cares?
Yeah.
Or it's rumors or
Yeah.
whatever. And so now with like these people are going on fucking Facebook Live and killing people. I saw that the other day.
you can
What
see
the
murders
fuck?
live. on-
You saw that?
I didn't see it. I seen
No.
the story.
Oh.
Someone went on
Yeah.
Facebook Live and killed someone or something. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with
Well,
this
that's
place?
bound to happen.
Right, and you knew it was gonna happen. Like it was just an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Like it's they go live in Dallas when those Black Lives Matter, whatever, were shooting at the cops. And it's like this is all on Facebook Live. It's like there is no privacy anymore. It doesn't matter what you are, who you are. It's your life is gonna be on broadcasted to the world.
Well, until something bad like that happens where, I mean, I think it was because of 9/11 where they came out with the Patriot Act.
Yeah.
So, like, that's a whole other barrel of monkeys. They're talking about false flags and stuff like that. But, like, you never know
Just,
what's
yeah, pushing
planted or what not.
Just
to
pushing legislation.
Yeah, because...
Yeah.
You want to try that one more time?
pushing legislation through.
There you go.
Yes. He is.
I think... I just think that disaster has to happen in order to get the people behind it.
Yeah.
Like going to war.
How much more, though? Like, where's your fucking line? Like,
That's been the problem with like global warming or climate change or whatever.
For what side?
It's just so slight, and
do you think they're laughing at us though?
it's not like something like 9/11 or something that's just going to scare people into making a change. It's so gradual that nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went a little over the top with 9/11.
Yeah.
But for some reason,
Like the planners?
some people still close their fucking eyes, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
The story they told us is real.
Yeah.
There's two things I know for sure. We're being fucking lied to, and we'll never know the real truth. And
Agreed.
those are my only certainties when it comes to all the things.
Well, see, and let's go back even further. I feel that way about JFK.
Well, of course.
I mean,
But
and
even
they say that those files are going to be open in like
What
2020.
files?
No,
Just
next
fucking
year, this
open 'em
year,
now.
I think actually
Doesn't matter,
October-
though, like, what-
October, there's some new
what-
files that are supposed to be open.
Really?
But what-
Just open them.
I know.
But
I remember when the movie JFK came out, and it said that in the things
Yeah.
at the end of the movie, like, oh, the files will be open here.
And
Just
no-
fucking open them now. Like,
And no matter what it says, it's not gonna fucking change anything.
Right.
Because
Nobody's
everybody,
gonna go to jail for it.
no, and everybody's under their bed in their bubble,
Yeah.
and as long as they don't come out and look at the monster, they'll be safe.
well, that is where you keep bubbles.
Right. Well, I mean, it's the truth. You're like, that's the grooming, right?
And I don't think I agree with you. I don't think we'll ever know the truth.
I honestly
But even
think
if-
that the elite could come on TV today, whoever they are, whatever, the head of them, whoever you believe that it is, could go on TV, take over everybody's TV set and say, we've been fucking with you for fucking 150 years and start laughing. And people will go, oh, that's so
And there's
funny.
still people that wouldn't believe them.
That's right.
They could tell us, they could disclose everything tomorrow.
That's right.
And there's still going to be way more people than it should be that are just like, nope.
Because they don't want their world to
What's
explode.
what's their angle?
So once your world explodes, be it a relationship breakup or like there's devastating enough relationship breakups, there's devastating enough events that happen in somebody's lives that break your world.
Yeah.
And that's when you realize that this shit is fucking real. Whereas these people go about their whole lives in these bubbles, in these comfort zones, and they're never forced to live in a change. They're never forced to have to grow, and they're never forced, like, the comfort, right?
Yeah.
So you have this comfort level, and you're comfortable within the confines of it, and it's like, you know what? I don't want to hear any of it. I don't want to hear any of it.
Yeah.
And it's like you throw the 9/11 evidence right in their fucking face.
Yeah.
You know.
And then it's unpatriotic
Right. And it's like
to go against the official story.
right. And just because I say that bullshit that didn't happen, they're like, oh, you're a conspiracy fucking nut.
Yeah.
I didn't say what I think happened.
Yeah.
Tinfoil hat
I
wearing.
said that
Yeah, but the official explanation of it is
is
like,
complete bullshit.
yeah,
If you have half a fucking brain, you'd be like, no.
yeah,
Like, no.
yeah.
And where's the fucking plane that hit the Pentagon for starters? Like, I cannot even.
It got blown
fathom.
out of the sky by those lasers that came out of the ground and
It
fired
just
lasers.
incinerated it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
Yeah.
a praying
And
mantis.
turned it
Praying
into.
mantis.
I just did laser motions and I
And
did
you
feel
did-
like a
you
praying
did, yeah.
mantis.
Right, and turn it into like a tomahawk-looking missile.
We gotta make this a video show because
Yeah.
I am doing a lot with my
Yeah.
arms tonight that the people are just missing out on.
But
Right.
Even if you don't believe that any evidence of 9/11, it's just like the shit that happened afterwards, like the shit that got passed through, or the whole Iraq
Right.
War, or whatever.
Or what about
just the people that made a lot of
money?
dirty money off of everything?
Yeah.
But it's those people that Brian was
Dick Cheney.
mentioning, the people that just are
Risking-
happy and
risking my
comfortable
life, but Dick
in
Cheney.
their bubbles.
Because nothing has ever happened in their life that has forced them into change. Like, not even just a relationship breakup, like a child dying, or like something devastating, something that makes you fucking change.
Yeah.
And everybody needs that growth
Yeah.
at some point in their life, because otherwise you end up what we have today, which
Yeah.
is 80% of people in their happily married lives with their kids paying their taxes and going about their life with their head down. And
Because this is what life is all about. This is
right,
is-
because that's all they know.
yeah.
And
It's what am I looking for? Chain reaction or
Yes, like domino effect.
they just pass it on to their kids, and
That's
their
right.
kids. This is normal to them, so this
That's
is what
right.
you got to do. You got to
Yeah.
go to school. You
You're
got to
creating your
get
norms.
get a diploma, get a good job, get a wife, kids,
Yeah, pay your
retire,
taxes.
become grandparents, and like it just happens all over and over again.
Yeah, vicious cycle.
So how do you think people in their bubble? I mean,
Involuntarily, the bubble explodes.
Well, I'm talking more like let's go off of this earth, and like how do you think people in their bubble would handle like a press conference coming out and finally saying like about extraterrestrial life?
Aliens are real.
Yeah,
They would turn their TVs off.
right.
100%.
Well, but what would happen if they actually got the proof? If a craft came down and the leaders of the world met with whoever came off that ship?
Do you remember Mars attacks?
Yep.
That's what I think would happen to people when
Or-
the country music is playing. Actual people's heads would start fucking exploding, just like the aliens in that movie.
Yeah.
Like, they would just blow their mind.
Yeah.
They can't. They would not. It would not register. They would not believe it.
Well, do you think they would come come here,
In peace?
yeah, or would
I-
they be more malevolent?
If they're anything like us, then they'd be here to steal our fucking resources.
That's
I mean-
that's a popular theory.
But I mean, it's why do we search space? Why is NASA searching space?
Because
What
that's,
are we
that's,
looking
that's
for?
our natural. That's in us to explore, like
Right.
like
So
back
what-
like hundreds of years ago with the explorers, like
But the
Columbus.
money
and-
backing comes from people who want resources, right?
yeah,
Right. So do the aliens have a system like ours? Do they have an elite that's searching and with a bunch of fucking minions back on wherever they came from, like us, doing what we're doing right now? Like there's so much to think about. It's so if they're like a one-minded species, then it's like, so if maybe you or I landed on a foreign like planet and ran into aliens, we would try to be figuring out any way we can to communicate with them.
yeah.
You and I wouldn't be thinking about stealing their fucking oil, dropping some freedom on them or not. You know what I mean? So there you go. Send the nukes.
Yeah.
Here
Bring-
comes some
bring 'em-
freedom.
Yeah.
Bring him some Bibles, over.
Right? Yeah. And so, but like
yeah. Oh yeah, you gotta
That-
bring Bibles.
That's what they would be doing. But
The
me
people-
and you wouldn't be, but
the people that can afford it on Earth to send these like rovers and whatever the hell else we're sending out there, the people that can afford it are there like with alternative motives.
I agree. I agree with that, but less maliciously. There are still those people out there that do have this curiosity, this desire to explore, to spiral out.
Do you
Bec-
believe that Elon Musk is for real, or is he an elitist?
When I see him, like in an interview, I actually buy him.
As a
could be-
person,
I think
Yeah,
I think he's a real deal.
Yeah, he seems
legitimately
He's
gives a shit.
He's definitely helping for sure. But
Yeah.
like I think it's pretty easy to see through someone's bullshit.
Yeah. No,
Like
Yeah.
you could tell when someone's full of shit. Look at the entire Trump administration. I can't believe anyone's. And I've said this on the show before to Kale. I can't believe there's anyone that's still on board with these pieces of shit. They're
Yeah.
clearly lying with every fucking thing that they say, and there's still thousands of people out there,
Yep.
probably because of the bubble that they're comfortable in,
probably millions.
just eating it up.
How
Like,
many-
are you fucking stupid? Everything that he's not just lying to Democrats, he's lying to you too, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So when I see someone like Elon Musk, like he does seem genuine. If I'm wrong, he's a very good actor.
Yeah, I agree.
I believe that he is in someone's pocket. He is answering.
I think everybody is.
Yeah, of course.
Not necessarily. He's pretty much self-made. Like
Yeah, but he can be persuaded.
And just the fact that he hasn't been assassinated.
Yeah, you have to play
he
along.
could be influenced in some sort of society, sure, but he has made all his money on his own and just keeps reinvesting that into good things.
Yeah. But yeah, to me, when
He
I
started
hear
he
him
started
talk.
PayPal, that's where he got his original money.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
What,
sold that for billions.
when
of
I
dollars
hear
or
him
whatever.
talk, he just seems genuine.
Yeah, I agree.
I haven't seen a lot of interviews with him but the little that I have seen, I'm like, okay, this guy seems like a good guy.
Well, and to me, it seems like the things that he wants to release piss off the establishment.
Yeah.
That's what.
He talks a lot about simulation theory too, eh? Have you ever seen any of those videos?
No.
Where he pretty much believes that we're living in a simulation.
Really?
This
Well,
is all-
weren't
this
you
is all
just
a
saying-
Matrix?
Brian, weren't you just saying something like that earlier outside?
Holographic universe.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
living in a hologram or something?
Yeah, there's a book.
It's actually, if you look at the odds of that happening compared to the odds of us living on Earth that happened because of the Big Bang and everything just lined up the right way, that we're the right way from the sun and rotated the right amount of way, that we didn't all burn up or freeze, and just all those odds. It's actually, the odds are actually better that we're living in a simulation than we're living in an actual
How are
Earth
those?
in the universe.
How are those? That's interesting to me. But how are those odds calculated?
By people that are way smarter than me.
Okay.
Right.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
When you reach you reach that point all the time where you can't fathom something, so you just have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
take somebody else's
Right,
word for it, right?
exactly.
Because you don't have 10 years to go
Well,
to school.
I've heard this too, and I don't completely understand it either. Is that like physicists have found code in the universe in string theory
Yep.
that is actually the exact same code or the same type of code that is found in web browsers.
Really?
Yeah, it's the same kind of whatever. I don't know if it's the same, what it means exactly, the same series of zeros and ones or same type of code or same language or something like, or it translates the same way.
Yeah, that's familiar.
Again,
to me.
I don't understand string theory or internet browser code, but apparently they found code that's the same.
Like HTML?
I don't know what it is. Again, I don't know if it's binary or HTML or what it is.
Like backdoor code or something?
Something, I don't know.
Oh, that's interesting.
But yeah, you'd have to look that up. I've just heard that. I don't know. Like I said, I can't back up the math on it.
But I mean, it's life. It's just it's such a mind fuck. And like when we were talking about earlier, when we were children and we just view our parents as superheroes, or like they've got all the answers.
Yeah.
And then you grow up and you realize that everyone's winging it.
Yeah.
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 It's really scary. But like as a child, I just assumed like once I got to be this age that I'd have more
Answers.
than questions. But it's the other way around.
That's right.
Like how
Yeah.
how aren't more people like
More
there are
more
times when
answers lead to more questions.
he's been victim to my rants about like what is all this? What is this? Like just to touch your arm. Like what are we doing? What is all this?
I think the question I always struggled with the most growing up was who am I? And it's like people are like, "Oh, well, you're you." And it's like, "Who's you? Who's saying what you're saying right now? Who's doing what you're doing right now?" And then when you start to make somebody think these fucking questions,
Yeah.
they kind of freak the fuck out.
No, but
I've had that-
they
I've
think you're a nut though. Like, but
I've
these
had
are
that
like
existential-
legitimate questions.
I've
Like,
had
what
that
the fuck are we doing
existential
here?
Crisis before, of just like I'm me, you know.
Yeah,
that
the I'm
existential-
me.
like I'm me, and I'm conscious of this, and this is me.
That should be your
And it
that
starts-
should be your biography that you
Right.
write.
You know what?
I'm
That
me.
starts a whole like
that fucks with your mind.
it puts you in a black fucking
Right,
hole
yeah,
for a
yeah.
few minutes. Like you're like, I am me. I'm thinking this thought.
Yeah.
What am I gonna think next?
Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
control it, or do they already know? Right.
It's a
And
mind fuck.
It is.
Or
It's a
just
mind
that-
fuck.
Just the gratefulness too of being you, born this way in this country, and you know having at least some pretty good benefits compared to
right.
being born in Syria or
Right, but then that brings
Africa
you back to
somewhere.
the reincarnation thing too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So do those souls have a lesson to learn?
yeah.
What to be born
maybe.
in a less
Or if you're
What if
shitty,
they
or
were
if you're
fortunate
shitty,
area of
you're
the
shitty
world.
They were
in the-
fucking-
you're
what
shitty
if
in
that's
this
their
life,
karma?
and then you get born
So
in Ethiopia next
so
life.
heaven and hell exist, but it's all
No.
all here.
No. Well,
And,
okay,
then,
yeah,
and then
okay.
everywhere and then everywhere in between.
Yeah, okay. I'll buy that.
Because I think Windsor is in between. I don't think it's hell. I don't think it's heaven.
Right, yeah, so we're purgatory.
We're waiting. We're waiting.
We're purgatory.
I
We're
think we're in
waiting
the
to
top
find out.
like 80% though.
Yeah, well, I mean, if
Compared to every city in the world, like to live in Windsor is pretty good.
Well, just Canada, like on a grander scale,
Compared
to
to
live in
most of
Canada,
Asia
like
and
I think. I mean, I haven't.
Middle East.
I've only been to I've only been to 2 countries in my entire life, which
Yeah,
is
me too.
sad to
Me
think
too.
about. But I can't. It's hard for me to say just like like oh well, Canada is a great country, but I'm not gonna shove this national pride up anyone else's ass just
Yeah,
because.
Yeah.
Because like I could guarantee you, those people, these nationalist like extreme people that just love their country to death, that they will shove it up your ass.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Guaranteed. Like speaking of Americans, like the real patriotic conservative type, guaranteed that those people have never been out of America.
Yeah. Or even their state.
And like, well, yeah, true. Like, or their city, or their house. Like, keep going smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
But these are
Fuck
the
yeah.
people who have never been out of the states ever. And if you challenge them on that, like, well, how do you know America's the best country? You've never been outside of America.
Yeah, challenge their beliefs.
And then they'll say some racist shit or like
Yeah.
just some xenophobic bullshit. Just like, oh, I don't need to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
This is the best country. Like, your logic, you lose,
Yeah.
and you don't deserve a vote.
Yeah. And you're
Is that extreme? I don't care.
and the song you heard it in was lying.
What, are you talking about Toby Keith?
Or fucking the national anthem.
Oh, okay.
Like a lot of them like take their national anthem right to heart, right? Like they just listen to those lyrics and be like, "Yeah, we're the bomb."
But these are the people that, I mean, it's predominantly white America that is up everyone's ass about,
yeah.
this national pride.
Oh, of course, the South. Like,
Why do you really do you really love your country? Because there's a lot of other walks of life in this country that you want out.
yeah,
Why are you so proud of a country that
is
there's
doing
there's
shit that
ma-
you're so against.
many groups of people, races, genders, sexualities.
Yeah.
There's so many people that you just want out of your fucking country. What are you so proud about?
Yeah.
And like, ironically, it's them that make that country fucking shit.
Yeah.
And they should be proud of it, but they're not, which makes it not good.
They're proud of it for the wrong reasons and for false reasons.
No, I mean, they should be proud of everybody in the country, you know.
Right.
But they hate half the people in the country, so they shouldn't be proud of their country. When really they should.
Right.
If that makes sense.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes full circle.
Yeah.
And I can't believe, like they allow an administration that's just so openly against so many walks of life.
Well, yeah.
No, you're supposed to be the president and the administration for everybody.
Yeah.
And now you're taking away a lot of people's rights that are putting them in harm's way.
Yeah.
Like, specifically citing that to destroy the bathroom bill. Or the bill that Obama set in place about the transgender.
Yeah.
So they're a little bit safer, using a public restroom.
The porta potty bill, I call it.
Can you imagine they got up that day, set their alarm, woke up, showered, got a suit on, went to the Oval Office, and gathered just to sign a bill to make things more dangerous for these people?
Yeah.
This is what you did that day? Fuck you. Seriously,
Congratulations, yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Wow. And who cares? I mean, really. Like, why it was just like a plea to shit on Obama's fucking...
But it's also catering to the demographic, the only demographic that are still clinging to these pieces of shit in office.
Yeah.
These people are the homophobics and
Yeah.
the racist, and that's what they're
They're
pandering to.
Is it you? No. Does it affect you when you get home? No. Does
The-
it affect you in any walk of your life? No. Then who fucking cares?
What the fuck do you care?
That's right. That's been my belief my entire life.
I like that we're agreeing, but we're shouting at each other.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We can still do that.
Yeah.
You can still do that because it's passion.
Yeah.
It's passion.
This is
about
like a
something.
simulation of when I get together with my parents. We're shouting at the top of our lungs.
Agreeing.
But we're agreeing.
Yeah.
We're agreeing.
Yeah, that son of a bitch.
I go over there every
Yeah.
couple weeks and like we bitch about what's going on in the world and like like I'm losing my voice. And like who knows what the neighbors think, just like all this shouting going on.
Thinking you're yelling at each other.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we're in total agreement.
I think that anyone who's not in agreement is a fucking idiot.
Right. Right. Or just plain fucking evil.
Who cares what other people are doing? Worry about your shit.
Right.
And until your life is perfect, you can't judge somebody else's.
Yeah.
And that's never going to happen.
If you're really going to fight against like same-sex marriage,
Yeah.
those people are still going to be fucking each other.
Oh, yeah. My mom
Do you
has-
really stay? Do you really stay up at night? Are you losing sleep,
Yeah,
rolling
no.
around in bed because?
Because there's gay people having sex out there.
Right.
My mom has gay neighbors, and they're awesome. They shovel her driveway for her. I talk to them every fucking day. Like, they ask me if I'll watch their dog when they go away on vacation and stuff.
Yeah.
Nope, no problem. They're just two guys, man.
But these
Who
people,
cares
they're
what they're
human
into
beings.
But
that doesn't fucking affect you?
yeah,
At
but
all.
like these people that are so against like homosexuality or even like
They quote the Bible.
or just like plain racist people, like people that just
Okay.
don't like black.
I
For example,
discriminate.
what if say, their child is in a fiery car crash,
Mm-hmm.
and the only one around. Let's double up is a gay black man,
There you go.
and they save their child. I guarantee you that that moment in life changes their whole perception
Do you think?
on race and
Do you think? Or
Yeah.
do you think they would drop some racial slur about you shouldn't have touched my kid and waited for the next?
you know what?
firefighter?
The smart people will come around.
How many? Yeah, there's not enough.
I believe I agree with you that there still will be those people like, nope,
Yeah,
should have let my son burn. So this is the world that we're planning on bringing children into.
Yeah.
And on this note,
I'm not.
well, I'm still on the. I think we're all on the fence right now, but I'm gonna get to. I'm gonna get going with the last song of the night. And this is actually for you, Brian.
This is my favorite Help song, right?
This is a request by you.
Yes, it is.
This is your favorite song.
It is.
Okay. So we're going to hear
What used to be.
What used to be. And this should bring you back to the Chubby Pickle days.
This will bring me back. That holy shit.
Yeah.
When did Sponge perform there? That's the last time I heard this song.
There was a poster up. There's a poster up somewhere. I think it was 10 years ago last summer.
Decade.
Yeah. So anyway, this is Help with What Used to Be.
The comedy of this tragedy has been wasting away of what used to be. The trouble star, not at home, because darkness breeds when you're all alone. I used to think I should belong to this, but I just let it go, and it washed away. 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 I used to think that giving in and letting go, a false surrender to the dying soul. It's clear to me it's not meant to be. I lost the way of 1,000 ways. I just let it go, and it washed away. I didn't have to let it go. 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 The accident had always meant no big surprise, and the punishment, the sacrifice, it had to die to see what's next on the other side. I didn't have to let it go. 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 Dear mother and father, are you proud or are you bothered by these images I give to you? Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. I didn't have to let it go.
Skitties.
I really think
Pink
that this red,
pink lemonade.
what I don't know what bag this came from, but this red Skittle is like the red Starburst.
That's probably the pink lemonade. Is it this?
Why would the red Skittle be pink lemonade?
I don't know, because they like to party.
Don't be so stupid.
Oh,
No,
I thought this moose head cap came out of here.
No, dude, that's a moose head cap. That came from a case of beer. Yeah, dude, this is a red Starburst.
That pink Skittles.
Okay, it's not the pink one.
Which one is it?
I'd very much like you to get over that.
I think it's coming from this bag though.
Maybe what does the red say?
Kiwi, watermelon.
No, I think it's this. I think it's sour cherry.
Sour cherry.
Watch. Moment of truth.
Is that the one? You are the one.
That is. That's it. Sour cherry.
I'm eating it now.
That's red, right? Kale. Red Starburst or what? Is that the red one? Yeah. We need better lights in here. Here.
Little.
That was purple? That's fucking red Starburst.
That's a little sour, but
Right.
the first few chews, I think you're onto something.
Yep. I think Starburst is going to sue somebody.
I would.
I'm going to bring this to Skittles. We're
Probably the
driving
same-
to Chicago.
Probably the same company.
Listen, you
Wrigley?
demand.
Does Wrigley make Starburst?
I don't know.
You fucking demand your lime fucking Starburst.
Oh, I'm off the lime Skittle now.
Yeah.
I'm onto blackmail now because
Yeah.
hopefully it's not the same company because now it's like, you know, if
Put
you
the
don't
two-
play ball,
put
well,
the two and two together, and
I'm
use
still
that as
on
your
this
leverage to
lime
get
Skittle.
lime.
I'm not going to deny that.
Use that as your leverage to get.
It
the
is
lime
my
Skittles.
That's what
leverage.
I'm-
Yes,
that's
it
what I'm
is my
saying.
leverage.
That's
To
what I'm
get
saying.
to get a Brinks truck full of lime Skittles.
Back that Brinks truck up. You know what I'm saying?
What is it? You don't like the sour apple, or it ruined the handful?
Okay. You really want to get into this?
I'm just curious.
Have you listened to our last shows?
I have, but like, I understand you like the lime Skittle because you can't fuck with an original.
I really want to go get Kevin.
I'm on your team.
Okay.
I'm on Team Steve about messing with original.
Oh, that's the main point.
Okay.
Right? It ceases to be original. And then you eat the green apple with the rest of them, they don't go. They just don't go.
What if you never had Skittles prior to the green apple?
Like
being
the
in there?
alien that I met at the gas station?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm sure
Then it would be okay.
wage war on the world.
It would be okay though.
But it doesn't go. And the fact that they came out with a bag named Orchard and you're putting the apple one not in the orchard one?
Yeah, it was almost like it was named after. Isn't like an orchard the only place apples grow?
That's what I said. And where does citrus grow? That's groves, right?
Not in
It
an
seems like
orchard.
a direct attack on you.
Yeah, that's a personal
I
attack.
think so. Kevin! Kevin! Back me up! So let's get back on track here because I think listeners, I wouldn't be surprised if they're just sick of hearing about these
If
Skittles.
they turned it off because of the Skittles.
Enough with the fucking Skittles. Grow up already.
If they seen all the Skittles on the
You're-
table, they'd
you're-
know why we were talking
You're
about
grown
it.
men.
I took a picture of it when you guys were outside one time.
We ate a lot of them though.
Yeah.
I got a stomach ache, but I keep putting my hand in there.
It's a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
feel
a lot
awful.
of sugar.
I feel
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground tonight.
Yeah, we have.
A lot.
Yeah,
A lot.
quite a few bullet points there, Steve.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
2 pages. Most of the time it's like 4 pages, but I've kept it. I'm getting more
Re-
succinct.
You realize
You're
how
more-
off track we get.
Right.
You're more adept to.
And I knew you were a talker. I knew that you got a lot on your brain. So all I had to write down is just like Friends episode, favorite one, and like we'd just be off for like 45 minutes.
running, just running.
Is that a Friends episode?
No, we were running.
Mine's when they leave the baby on the bus.
I don't. I think you were a Friends fan or a Seinfeld fan.
I was a Seinfeld fan.
So how do you know about Friends episodes?
I've seen Friends.
I've
Girlfriends.
seen some. I don't have a favorite episode.
Sure, but I'll watch them by myself.
You'll watch Friends by yourself.
I watched the entire thing on Netflix just from a dare, and it gets pretty lame after halfway through. I think.
Mm-hmm.
You got nothing to say on that?
I just ate a pink one. It kind of tastes like the pink Starburst now.
I think this is just a Starburst bag.
I think so too.
That's
Are
what
there
you should
blue
call it.
Starburst?
Probably.
Not in the original.
No, there shouldn't be. The blue ones are gross.
Sour yellow Starburst though. I mean, see, that's a welcome.
Everything yellow is gross.
That's a welcome change. You want to change lime Skittle
Actually
to
the blue
green
one-
apple?
I changed my mind. The blue one's good. Once you bite into it, it's good.
This is the best one.
Sorry, go ahead. It is good.
See, that I think that would be an acceptable original change.
What's that? No, you can't change anything. As much as I don't really care for like lemon, you can't take it out and replace it with someone because it's. I don't care if you take away a Skittle that I really love or a Skittle that I'm indifferent to.
I thought we moved on from.
We are. Kale, this isn't about you.
one time I opened up a Starburst package, and I
Skittles
used to
came up?
I used to just tear it right down the middle, and go right after like the good ones.
And then you'd have
Homie
nothing but yellow left.
Yeah, homie don't play that like one at a time shit, right? Like I used to just get to the goods. I had a pack with 0 yellow. It was the best day of my life.
I bet. I bet.
It was. I still celebrate that day.
Like today.
I-
You're
and
talking about it
I
right
can
now?
still remember it.
You're talking about it right now?
Yeah.
We're going to try something new.
Okay.
And I don't even think Kale didn't know this was coming. But this was actually, you and I were conversing a couple days ago. And I'm going to give you credit for this because this was a suggestion that you made.
Okay.
And I was game for it.
Okay.
So now we're going to go to something that we're going to try out. Let's flip it around. Do you have a question for us?
Oh boy. Are you guys ready for a question?
Individually or a group, your call. We can answer the same question, whatever you want. This is new. This is brand new, and this is because of you. This is your suggestion.
Do I have limitations?
I guess we'll find out in the edit.
In the edit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I have to add a lot of clown horns?
No.
Okay.
No.
Toilet
Okay.
flushes.
Can we take it different gears?
Sure.
Okay.
With
Yeah.
each question before your question, it's making my butthole sweat a little bit.
Well, it should.
Okay.
It could be embarrassing.
Okay. Okay, so go ahead.
Weirdest porn you've ever searched for? Do you need a minute?
There's multiple colored lights down here in the basement, but I can still tell that Kale's face just got red.
This could tell a lot about a person.
Do you want to
No,
take?
no,
do you
I'm
want me
trying
to?
to
Do you want me to
think.
take the lead on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
I would say insect porn, where they were all dressed up as colorful bugs.
You've searched for insect porn?
No, I didn't. No. I didn't search for it.
No, I'm talking specific
Oh,
search.
search?
Yeah, in
Oh,
like a
that's-
search engine.
Oh, okay. Well, that changes my. I don't even know if I have an answer because I just search names. I know names. I'm a name guy.
See, yeah. The reason I asked this question is because it was asked to me before at work. And I didn't have an answer. So I wanted to see if you guys had one. Like, if you had a snappy answer.
Yeah, I don't have like a snappy answer.
No,
It's just
I
like-
don't either because
Kale,
It's kinda
Kale,
like-
Kale, don't go off
No,
my
it's kind of
answer.
like
You
it's
come
kind
up
of like
with
you
your-
start with like you start like a porn star, but then it's just like kind of related videos, and then
I use the
it's
dice.
like
No, I don't.
What?
I don't.
I use the dice.
Yeah, I don't
What's
trust
the
the
dice?
dice.
I don't
what's
either
the
all the
dice?
time, but I'll just hit it again. and
I'll
again and
do
again.
it too, but it never takes me anywhere that I like to be.
what's the dice? It just gives you a random video. You mean?
Yeah.
Random searches.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you ever go to Porn MD?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. The dice.
Yeah, the dice. Okay, you ever
The
watch
die. The
the
die. Yeah, the
But
die.
there's only one, so it's a dice.
Yes. No, it's a die.
It's a die if it's one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ever go and watch like the live searches and see how fucked up people are though?
No.
Oh, you can do
So
that.
you have a better answer than both of us.
No, I don't. I can't think of one offhand. I just remember that the reason I found out about this website and the dice and the live searches was from Drew and Mike, or
Oh.
not Drew and Mike, Dave and Chuck,
Okay.
and they would read out their random porn searches of the day that were hilarious.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff, like the specifics, man dressed like wrestling star fingering butthole while watching WWE superstars. Like, I'm like, what? Like, and people would search that specific.
Oh yeah, there's very specific genres out there.
Yeah, and I'm like, you're doing it for one job. I mean, do people enjoy porn?
Is that a serious question?
Yeah. No, like,
You really want me to answer that?
do they enjoy just watching it? Could you watch
Oh,
it all
just
day?
with pants on.
Yeah, like with no alternative. Like, oh yeah, I watched that porn. That was a good one. Like you would if you were watching X-Men or whatever.
There's something for everyone, man. Maybe people do legitimately just watch porn
Maybe.
without
Kind of weird.
getting turned on.
Kind of weird.
Or like maybe it's like therapy for asexuals. Like maybe they give them
Do you think someone that can watch porn without getting turned on can have a good sex life at home?
no.
I don't either.
Depends on what kind of porn.
This is true.
Is it insect porn on bicycles?
Clown porn.
Yeah, I don't.
Is he wearing a Rey Mysterio mask?
I really don't have a good answer for that question because when I do search, it's just by name.
Really? So you have like a chick in mind that night? You're like, you know what?
Let's try this one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't even know the names of porn stars.
Yeah, neither do I.
I legitimately don't. I couldn't tell you.
I can help. I can write some down for you.
You could write
before
some
you
down?
leave. Yeah,
Your Instagram
it's
disagrees.
a parting gift.
I have
No, I very much know them.
I have like an IPTV that I have, and it's got like a ton of porn channels that I can just fish through, like, so it's not like
Ain't no thing.
I don't have to
But
search.
but if you enjoy the work of a certain
The work.
the work,
Okay. So we're calling
you
it,
enjoy
we're
her-
calling it a talent now,
is it not?
I suppose.
Not everyone knows how to do it like
Not-
that.
Yeah, not everyone. Yeah.
So if you enjoy a certain talent,
Yes.
wouldn't it stand to reason that you would want to seek
Search
more of her work out?
her other movies.
So with that in mind, isn't it beneficial to know names?
Yes, I would agree with that sentiment.
So I'll write down 10 for you before you
Okay.
leave tonight. Okay.
Just like I'm getting a membership at Good Life. You got to give me 10 names of people, your friends. That's what they do.
Oh, this is a pyramid scheme?
Sort of. That's how Good Life sells memberships.
So what do you do with the 10 names of the
They
porn
call
stars?
them and try to sell them memberships.
Like, you're going to bring these 10 names that I give you to Good Life, and they're going to call Los
Severs.
Angeles to...
And it therefore severs the friendship that you had with that person who gave you the name.
Right.
You're like, oh, thanks for giving Good Life my name, asshole.
Yeah, now they call me off the hook all
Yeah.
the time. Yeah. It's a terrible system, really.
Yeah, I know. It's a pyramid scheme.
Well, it's not a pyramid scheme. It's selling a membership to
To 10 friends, and then those 10 friends...
don't ever go.
Still,
and-
isn't it the attempt of a pyramid scheme?
Well, not really, because you're providing a service.
If they buy a
And there's no
membership, it doesn't matter if they
promise
go.
for like money for those 10 friends. What it is like, oh, we'll give you a discount if you give us the name of 10 people and their phone numbers that might be interested in a gym membership.
Yeah.
So then now you're like, oh, I want that 10% discount. So here you go. Here's 10 names. And so now they call and harass the fuck out of your 10 friends.
Yeah.
And what they have a pretty damn good script that they read off of. And the reason I know this, my ex used to sell memberships at Good Life. I don't know what she does anymore these days. But so like
Scrape feces off the walls of hell
hopefully
with a small
I
shovel.
think my zipper went down again. But no, it's they're selling blind to people that they don't even give a shit if they ever show up, just for the purpose of profit and greed. Right?
That's what a gym membership is. They're banking on, they're counting on at
You not
least
showing
half
up.
of their clientele
Yeah,
to not even show up.
disgusting.
Yeah,
Disgusting.
yeah. But we're gonna get into our next segment,
Okay.
and we would like to know what's in your pocket? What's in your pocket?
What's in my pockets?
Yep.
Keys.
Oh, you gotta take them out.
Oh, I have keys.
What kind of keys?
Car keys.
Car keys?
If you're from Boston.
Those
Is that a-
those Boston
Is that
car
a
keys?
Blockbuster
No.
tag? Okay. you
No,
gotta-
that's my gym membership that I was just ripping on gyms.
Those are khakis from Boston.
And in this pocket we have my cell phone
okay.
and the charger for it. And a
What's
ran-
that? What's
piece of
that?
paper.
Oh,
Unfold it.
I have a random piece of paper.
Is that a phone number?
We will read its contents.
Is that a password of some type?
It's
a Valentine.
Do you have Jeopardy music?
That
We
that
can.
turned out to be a lot larger of a piece of paper than I thought.
Just kept folding it.
It's the debit sale for the Skittles.
Oh, wow.
nice, very nice.
That's appropriate.
So you have many pockets on your person right now, and this is the only thing you have.
Yes.
I think Casey ruined us for this
Yeah.
segment because
she had, she had like a
that
bag
took
full of
15
things.
minutes in itself.
I have my wallet in my back pocket too.
Well, that's a pocket.
That's a pocket,
Sorry.
dude. You're not playing
Sorry.
to these rules.
Sorry.
So take it out.
Okay.
Is it business in the front and party in the back?
No. It's
So it's just a wallet. It's not
just-
a wallet.
It's literally just a
It's a
wallet.
thick wallet. You've been sitting on that this whole time,
Yeah.
and your body hasn't been like this, and
No.
and your mouth hasn't been this far away from the microphone.
No, I have a special talent where I'm able to like shimmy it over to the side of my butt cheek.
Like inside your
Yeah.
crack,
No, I can just like
like
give
it's
it
contraband.
It
like a little
envelops
butt like a little butt wiggle, and you can just kind of like push it up around the side of your hip, and you're good to go.
Okay,
It's an interesting talent.
okay.
I'm prone to leave my wallet everywhere, so I kind of have to leave it in my pocket, and I always have like a feel of it, so I know it's there still.
Well, it's probably going to be
Yeah,
left
it's an
here
awareness.
tonight.
Oh, it's already back in my pocket.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
I can already feel it on my butt,
That's good.
and I gave it a wiggle.
Well, thank you, Brian.
Thank you
Is
for,
it
for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Is it safe to say you'll be back?
I will be back.
Because we do want you back.
Okay.
Join us next week when our guest is Joel Boyce. But until then, when's that new Tool album coming out?
Yeah, right. Are you teasing me?
No.
You know what?
What?
They've teased us as long as we've been talking about having a beer.
Come on.
I just thought about
11 years?
this. Yeah.
No.
Last time we talked, I think 10,000 Days was fresh, and we were just talking about how it was growing on us.
This was the original Help Days, 2006. We must have hung out. 07?
Well, my most recent ex, I was with 8 years, and we didn't even meet. That's true.
You did meet my ex, and that's why. Yeah. In post-production. I'm just kidding. So I think, maybe that had
I've
something.
met her at Chubby Peppers one time. We brought up in the air.
There's been a lot of times that first time, but the way I fix Oh, we just missed it by 6 or 7 minutes. It was Maynard's birthday. Turn that blues. Turn that blues. Blues. Yeah.